FM is your only station.
Let me be honest with you. I do not understand this. I am in my second term. It has been an extraordinary privilege for me to serve as the President of the United States. I cannot imagine a greater honor or a more interesting job. I love my work. But under our Constitution, I cannot run again. I can't run again. I actually think I'm a pretty good president. I think if I ran, I could win. But I can't. So there's a lot that I'd like to do to keep America moving, but the law is the law. And no one person is above the law, not even the president. And I'll be honest with you, I'm looking forward to life after being president. I won't have such a big security detail all the time. It means I can go take a walk. I can spend time with my family. I can find other ways to serve. I can visit Africa more often. The point is, I don't understand why people want to stay so long. Especially when they've got a lot of money. When a leader tries to change the rules in the middle of the game just to stay in office, it risks instability and strife, as we've seen in Burundi. And this is often just a first step down a perilous path. And sometimes you'll hear a leader say, well, I'm the only person who can hold this nation together. If that's true, then that leader has failed to truly build their nation. You look at Nelson Mandela. Madiba, like George Washington, forged a lasting legacy, not only because of what they did in office, but because they were willing to leave office and transfer power peacefully. And just as the African Union has condemned coups and illegitimate transfers of power, the AU's authority and strong voice can also help the people of Africa ensure that their leaders abide by term limits and their constitutions. Nobody should be president for life. And your country's better off if you have new blood and new ideas. I'm still a pretty young man. But I know that somebody with new energy and new insights will be good for my country.
Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. Barack Obama said, change. Yes, we can. And I, George, we are saying, power to the people. Yes, we must. Fellow citizens, fellow Liberians, freedom and power brings responsibility. The responsibility rests upon CDC, the noble party representing the noble people. Before the birth of CDC, we have endured all the pains of poverty and the marginalization. Our heart is heavy with the consciousness of this sorrow. Some of those pains continue even now. However, the past is over, and it is the future that attracts us now. The struggle of the people is a true national one. It is the struggle of the Liberian people, inspired by their own suffering and their own experience. It is the struggle for the right to live. In my time, I have and will dedicate myself to the struggle of the Liberian people. I stand before you humble by your courage, with a heart full of love for all of you. I regard it as the highest honor to lead the CDC at this moment in our history. In that, we have been choosing to lead our country and people into the new century. I pledge to use all my strength and my ability to live up to your expectation of me as well as of the CDC. I have cherished the ideas of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an idea which I hope to live for. To the people of Liberia, whose representative we are, we make an appeal to join us with faith and confidence in this great struggle, because this is no time for petty and destructive criticism, no time for ill will or blaming others, but instead we must build a noble palace of free Liberia where all our children may live.
Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, the sweet land of liberty on the continent of Africa. West Africa, to be specific, the Republic of Liberia, where His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Human Boakai is fully seated as president. Well, on this 23rd day of September 2024, a blessed Monday morning from the nation's capital, Monrovia, I'd like to say good morning and a pleasant welcome to your program. Talk About It on Kings 88.5. On Talk About It, we discuss issues of national concern. We bring them on the table and for you there in Radio Land. The time to be a part of the program by putting forth your comments, suggestions, and recommendations, the way forward on how best we can move our country, Mama Liberia. We disagree though, but we found a common ground and push ahead as a people. Well, please be my guest. My name is Israel. Where we are here. As a matter of fact, Eddie Jones being at 8:30 as we play host to the Honorable Solomon Claude George, former representative of District 7, as we discuss national issues and the children's future. Let's take a just of our team song, be just right back as we talk about Liberia. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, let me say good morning to the peace-loving people of our country, Mama Liberia, across the 15th of political division of the Republic of Liberia. Greet you this morning. Those of you across Massarato County within the 17th electoral district, I'd like to say good morning to all of you. Those of you on you're on the painting, the motorbike, your private or commercial vehicle, heading for job or school, for your to your business area, I'd like to say good morning. and those of you that make it your business to keep our broadcast amplified on your speakers and monitors, we want to say good morning. And we want you to increase it so that someone adjacent or opposite, a passerby or a pedestrian, can be a part of the broadcast. Well, let me encourage you quickly so that you can be playing the King's giveaway, the King's Cash giveaway. You start playing immediately, and by dialing *799*24 #, and then follow the instructions. Of course, you dial *799*24 #, and then you send. Of course, you have an option. You're going to see a dial box. You're going to open 1 and 2. 1 says 70 cents or 200 Liberian dollars. So, meaning if you want to play with the USD, you must have at least 70 cents USD on your mobile money account. If you want to play with Liberian dollar, you must have at least 100 Liberian dollars, and you walk away with 3,000 Liberian dollars. So make it your business. Start to play now. *799*24 #, and then you follow the instruction. But it's good to be a Liberian. It's good to be back. Like I said, we'll be playing host to the Honorable Solomon Claudio George. He's the former representative of District 7. He's going to be our guest at 8:30. Of course, we're going to be discussing a wide range of national issues, and also going to be talking about the children of Liberia, their future, because he has so much passion about the children of Liberia. So we're going to be talking about it. AB is definitely going to join us on the platform, God's willing, and we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time together. Liberia is all we got to talk about. And it's a very good thing to talk about our country. Let me say good morning to those of you following us via the social media. Let's say good morning to you, Zari. I greet you, those of you following us on Facebook and YouTube. I'd like to say good morning. You can share. I hope we have the opportunity to share with you when I got it today on the page that I will share with you. But just share with others. But it's good to be here. It's good to be here for us to talk about Liberia, for us to talk about our country. This is our country, and it is incumbent upon us. It's not that we want to be more critical on government, but it's to keep the government's feet to the fire, because they came on the mattress of rescuing the Liberian people. And so in that case, it's very important for us to look at their workings, look at the things that they do, things that they blame past leaders, past governments for, and look at some of these things and see whether indeed they are here to rescue our people, indeed whether they are here to rescue our country, to represent our nation in the international community. Our president went to the United Nations. First of all, the president, he first arrived in Canada, in the Canadian city of Toronto. He arrived there on September 18, and he was a keynote speaker at the Liberian Investment Forum 2024. The Liberian Investment Forum, I thought it was organized by the Canadian government, but instead it was organized by the Liberian government herself. All right, they organize it, and they said they want to attract investors to Liberia. That's a good one. That's a good thing to do. The heads of states and government, gathered at the United Nations headquarters in New York, from the 22nd to the 23rd. This September 2024, to address the critical challenges and gaps in global governance exposed by recent global shocks. So the summit aims to reaffirm commitments to the Sustainable Development Goals. Usually, when our presidents are leaving for the United Nations General Assembly, it's something that is not a secret. No, it is never a secret. In fact, you want to see the media discussing the visit of the president, what they foresee or what they anticipating or what their anticipation might be like as the president is expected to go at the United Nations General Assembly. Looking at the happenings within the country, they expect that the president will go to push Liberia case, because that is a very big platform. That is a global platform. It is a conglomeration of world leaders. And then they want to listen to everybody. And so the opportunity given to our leader is to make sure that they push the case of Liberia. Equally so, they inform the international community of the progress being made by their government in every sector. Because the international community has so much interest in the area of human rights, respect for the rule of law, freedom of expression, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, the rights of the children, the rights of the women, a peaceable the coexistence environment where the people will not be denied their rights to free speech, where a country that will not have political prisoners. So they pay key attention to all leaders have demanded the podium to speak on these key national issues. So when the president is leaving the country, everybody's in the know. We carried our president on the airport. We make sure we reach our president. Everybody's discussing it on the different media, and they are talking about the visit of the president. I remember when former President Weah was leaving for the 78. That was his last. That was right during the COVID period, when he was leaving for the United Nations, because he spoke at the 78th section of the United Nations General Assembly, and President Boubacar was privileged now to speak at the 79th. I strongly believe that. So when former President Weah went there, it was not something we was hiding. The executive mansion, they carry it live. In fact, they released the president's statement to us. It was not something that was in secret. In fact, we saw where the head of the assembly there, introduced the president and asked for the protocol officer to escort the president to the podium for him to deliver his statement. We saw it, the former president. It was all around when Mr. Weah was leaving for the UN General Assembly. There was nothing hidden. We discussed it. There were issues that we thought that the president was taking along at the United Nations General Assembly. And when President Weah was there, the executive mansion website, they carried the president's statement. It was not something that was in secret. It was something that was visible to every Liberian. In fact, people were on the President Weah statement and saying a lot of things they want to say. We saw it. We listened to the former president when he was then president and went at the 78th General. I'm talking about that. There are other times he went there and it was all visible. Every time President Weah went at the United Nations General Assembly, it was never a secret. As compared to our President Joe Boubacar. President Boubacar went at the United Nations, I have to say that's secret. You cannot feed the fever that our president was going to the General Assembly. Many persons will not even know. It was not, his message was not even played on radio stations. When former President Weah was privileged to go out of the United Nations, his message, his statement was played on the radio station, including the Liberia Broadcasting Association, the national broadcaster, LBS. Did we hear it on the ELBZ? Was it played on other radio stations? That we will come on the social media and we will see our president. What message did the president deliver at the United Nations? Yes, of course, it had to do with the global financial system. But I listened to President Boakai, and those things he said, I didn't see them in fact, I went to the executive mansion web. Go to that website now. The president message is not there. The video of the president making a statement, it's not even on the executive mansion website. And they were there. So why did it go with the president by the time? Why you went with the president? You got the make the team look like Joe Baka went there in secret. He went at the United Nations General Assembly secretly to deliver a secret message. What did the president say that you heard? What did the president say? President Baka. What did President Baka say? What President Weah said when he went for the 78th section of the United Nations General Assembly? And what did President Baka say when he went for the 79th section of the United Nations General Assembly? Let's listen to President Weah, the former president.
Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, for his remarkable and visionary leadership. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations.
I'm coming. I want to play the voice of former President Weah when he went at the United Nations. All right. I think that was his last statement there, because it was the 78th section of the United Nations General Assembly. All right. So I'm coming there. So let's listen to the former president when he spoke at the 78th section of the General Assembly of the United Nations. Then I played the voice of the current president of the Republic of Liberia, President Boakai, when he went and spoke at the 79th General Assembly of the United Nations. Let's listen to former President Weah when he was then president and spoke at the 78th section of the United Nations.
Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, for his remarkable and visionary leadership. This year's assembly is taking place at a difficult time when, even as the world is recovering from the scourge of COVID-19, we continue to face the challenges of the war in Ukraine, climate change and its devastating effects on our environment. Just as the Ukrainian people are enduring the harsh impact of this unwarranted military incursion, the rest of the world is feeling the harsh consequences of economic downturn caused by disruption in global supply chain, food insecurity, and rising prices of basic goods and services. The theme of this year's assembly, a watershed movement, transformative solutions to interlocking challenges, is both appropriate and meaningful. It not only remind us about the current state of our world and provide us the space to reflect on the multiple challenges that confront us today. They include the health and social economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, the devastating effects of climate change, environmental concerns, poverty reduction, food insecurity, and gender inequality. The challenges confronting the world today will require immediate collective global actions with the United Nations at the center of the search for solutions. In so doing, we must give special consideration to the needs of developing countries, particularly the least developed countries, in line with the Doha Program of Action for Least Developed Countries for the decade 2022-2031. Working together with the United Nations family, Liberia hereby commits to protect our planet, to promote peace, prevent conflicts, to ensure sustainable financing, and to boost partnership. Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this commitment is reflected in the Propo Agenda for Prosperity and Development, which embodies the expressions of our shared determination to achieve peace, prosperity, and national development, address extreme poverty, inequalities, regional disparities, infrastructure deficit, climate change, and equitable distribution of our national wealth. Given Liberia's youthful populations of more than 60%, my government initiated a youth rehabilitation and empowerment program, the socio-economic empowerment of disadvantaged youth projects between 2019 and 2021, with the subsequent launch of a $13 million United States national fund drive for the rehabilitation and empowerment of at-risk youth in Liberia. We remain of the firm conviction that when empowered, our youth can be a positive force for good. As Liberia Feminine in Chiefs, women empowerment and the promotion of gender equality remain key priorities of my government. Women do not only comprise almost half of our country's population, but they also play important roles at all levels of society and must be given equal deserved attention, support, and a place at the leadership and governance table in our society. To this end, we have developed a legal framework, including the ratification of regional and international instruments to address gender inequality, which are being carried out as a result of social cultural perception, practices, and stereotypes that support male dominance and the subordination of women. I would like to inform you that my government, together with the UN partners, is implementing the EU Spotlight Initiative to end violence and harmful traditional practices against women and girls and promote their sexual and productive health and rights. Furthermore, the government of Liberia is currently implementing a $50 million United States ECOWAS funded project to enhance the capacity of female entrepreneurs. Mr. President, I wish to express Liberia's sincere gratitude to our local and international partners, both multilateral and bilateral, for their continued support to our national efforts in combating the pandemic. As a result of that support, Liberia is well on its way to achieving herd immunity, hopefully by the end of this year, with 67% of the population already fully vaccinated. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, my government continues to take actions through the formulations of new policy framework and strategic interventions to address the impacts of climate change and protect the environment. Liberia commits to achieving the target of 64% reduction in carbon emission below business as usual by 2030. We anticipate that the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Egypt, COP27, will provide the opportunity to accelerate actions towards the goal of the Paris Agreement and the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. Mr. President, Excellencies, sustainable development can take place only in a peaceful and secure environment. In fulfillment of our commitment to the maintenance of regional and global peace and security, Liberia takes pride as a troop contributing country, with Liberian troops and other security apparatus serving in the United Nations multidimensional integrated stabilization mission in Mali, the United Nations mission in South Sudan, and the United Nations Interim Security Forces for Abai. We thank the United Nations and our bilateral, international, multi-bilateral partners for the support we continue to receive in facilitating our contribution to global and regional peace and security. Mr. President, Excellencies, I am pleased to report that the IMF latest appraisal of the ongoing program it has with Liberia is very positive. It shows that inflation rates have been significantly reduced. There are now better prospects for economic growth compared to previous years, in spite of the negative effects of COVID-19. Our effort at instituting new policy measures to fight grabs were also particularly commended in the report, along with our adherence to prudent fiscal management. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, democracy in Liberia also continue to grow from strength to strength. After many years of civil upheaval, Liberia is becoming a stronghold for peace and a safe haven for democracy. This is because we have taken actions in the last few years to build and strengthen democratic institutions such as the press and the Liberian judiciary. We have put forward new legislation that empower the media while eradicating those that have tended to suppress free speech.
Talk about it on Kings 88.5. So, I want in it, I just give it the fact the former president said at the United Nations 78th General Assembly had a section there. He spoke very well. You listen to him. He thanked the United Nations. He appreciated it. He retrospects a little bit, the war in Ukraine with Russia, its impact globally. And then we were emerging from the COVID. In the midst of COVID and with the crisis with Russia and Ukraine. You heard the former president when he was president. He informed the United Nations of Liberia's contribution to peacekeeping. He also informed them that Liberia was peaceful. We were on the path of democracy. And one of the things that the former president spoke about was the issue of allowing a country to be a country where the people have their say in everything. Freedom of the press. You are the former president. He spoke about the issue of freedom of the press, freedom of expression. In fact, he said there were other laws that we wanted to add so as to increase, make it more enabling for people to say what they want to say. The press to be make it, intimidate them, make the process more intimidating. No, he spoke about it. Even when you listen to it, he spoke that there is no political prisoners. The country was peaceful, the rule of law, the judiciary system was on path. And Liberians were on the right trajectory. So he updated the people. He told the head of states what was happening in Liberia. He told them. Let me come and listen. Let me come and play the voice of our president, our current president, Joseph Newman Boakai. But when President Weah was speaking at the time, it was not something that was Nicodemously done. No, it was visible. It were on radio stations. People were informed that President Weah was speaking at this hour, on this day, at this time. The Executive Mansion website was on top of the games. What happened to them now? They made Joe Boakai appearance at the United Nations to be a clandestine appearance. Liberians are not informed that their president will be speaking on this day. He will be speaking at this particular hour. I wonder whether they were not too sure what the omen were to say, what the president was going to say. So they make the thing to look too secrecy. Our president, every country, their president coming out, everybody got their radio because it was televised. It was all of them radio stations. And everybody was listening to that. What is he coming to say? What is he going? Everybody wanted to know what Joe Boakai was going to tell the people. Never a secret. Up to now, the Executive Mansion website, they have not placed the president's statement. Now, George Weah's statement was posted at the time when he delivered the 78 statement at the 78 section of the United Nations General Assembly. His statement was posted on the official website of the Executive Mansion. The next day, it was in the newspapers. In fact, people were discussing it. It was not something done secretly. And George Weah spoke on the issue because there are issues that the United Nations want to see whether your government is on path. Freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, the rights of the guest child, protecting the women, a conducive atmosphere. Where the government is tolerant and they allow the media the free space to be able to discuss the issue without intimidation. George Weah spoke about it. Let's listen to our current president, Joe Newman Boakai. Let's listen to him. Let's listen to him, class. Let's listen to it. It's very important. It's very, very important that we listen to him.
To you and pay due respect to all standing protocols. I am pleased to bring you heartfelt greetings of the people of Liberia, who with great anticipation look forward to the outcomes of these discussions. As you may know, our recent presidential and general elections conducted in the spirit of peace and democracy paved the way for a smooth transfer of power just 8 months ago and set the objective path to development. In light of this, we have introduced ambitious agenda focusing on agriculture, roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism as the foundation for achieving our sustainable development goals. We are gathered here with a common mission to find ways to work together to make the world a better place for everyone. Even though we are facing difficult challenges, I believe we are more determined than ever to overcome them. Liberia has encountered significant obstacles in making progress towards sustainable development goals, but we are determined and dedicated to overcoming these challenges. Our experience reflects the struggle of many developing nations, which are hindered by social and economic pressures. Recent report shows the concerning trend in global development. The 2023-2024 Human Development Report revealed that the world's poorest countries have fallen behind, leading to greater inequalities and political divisions. Additionally, the 2024 Financing for Sustainable Development Report indicate that least developed countries are now spending 12% of their revenues on interest payment, 4 times more than a decade ago. This highlights the urgent need to reform in the global financial system. The current situation requires for us to take decisive action. We need to address the common challenges together and overcome the obstacles that are holding back our progress. As the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has emphasized, we must see these reports, especially the Human Development Report, as a call to action during this important summit. In Liberia, we have made significant efforts to promote good governance, reduce waste and corruption, and ensure that all resources are used effectively for our country's development in line with the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. However, to accelerate this implementation of the 2030 Agenda, it is crucial to transform the global governance. We need to advocate for a financial system that prioritizes liquidity and reduces the burden of developing nations. By promoting international cooperation and accountability, we can create a fairer financial environment that empowers all countries to pursue their development goals. I urge the international community to take drastic measures to alleviate the economic pressures faced by vulnerable nations. Let's work together to remove the barriers that hinder our potential and enable us to advance our shared vision for sustainable development. The prevailing development challenges deliver to us a DMSE that if countries are to turbocharge to achieve the SDGs, the financial system needs to be reformed to help us achieve sustainable development. Finally, I want to express my deep appreciation to the international community.
I thank the President of the Republic of Nigeria.
All right. I don't know what went wrong there, but his speech is just his mic was muted. I don't know what I heard it. All right. So that's the president. He spoke for like 5 minutes of some seconds. That's our president, President Walker. The president spoke, yes, the president, when he spoke at the section, you listen to him. You listen to President Walker. Everything centered around money. Our economy, the UN need to double their effort to make sure that the barriers surrounding other small nation, how they can help them to remove the barrier that we have them to have financial, economic growth, all that thing. But surprisingly, Liberians, for me to have heard the president talking about the issue of good governance in Liberia under this Joe Biden administration, President Walker didn't give the people
update relative the issue. When we talk about democracy, we talk about the power by the people, of the people, for the people. So I thought President Bouakai gave the United Nations, the world leaders, tell them what is happening in Liberia. For the past 8 months, he been in power. What has happened in the country? Since he took over as a president, what has happened in Liberia? He's talking about the issue of rule of law. What rule of law? Is there anything called rule of law in Liberia? Is there anything called rule of law, Liberians? Sincerity is lacking from what I see, from what I heard, from the president's statement, sincerity is lacking. It's not truth in what the president said. I didn't see sincerity. Because the president is aware that there is no rule of law in this country. There's no rule of law. When all the laws have been broken by the very president, when the president turned the very laws that when he was vice president, he supported for 12 consecutive years, those laws were not created, they were not made by the George Weah government. He was in the capacity as a vice president. When those laws were enacted, when those laws were passed, he violated all the laws of our land. Blatant violation of the rule of law. And then the president goes to the United Nations and telling the people that we want the issue of rule of law. The president talking about good governance in Liberia. The president even reading the speech and said they forced him to read fast so he can move on to the place. To do a quick and move from there. The president should be telling the UN exactly what's happening in our country. What are we going through? What are we faced with? It's only money the president just bring money to Liberia. We are not knowing exactly what is happening on the ground. Some of the barriers that extending, as the president said, they should remove, is because you are not proceeding rightly. Any government that will not proceed rightly, respect human rights, the rule of laws, good governance, freedom of speech, peaceful assemblies. No, you are not a beneficiary of the things you want to get from the United Nations. No. You listen to former President Weah. When he spoke at the 78th General Assembly of the United Nations, you heard President Weah. President Weah informed the people about democracy in the country. That his government has protected the media. The government has even tried to create additional laws and opportunities that will make the media a free space, a place that you can do it. You can talk when you want to talk. Is that happening under George Weah for 6 years? The very United Party people who are now, forcing Bouakai to say the speak quick so he can go say that, they were the one that was saying what they wanted to say, and they said the negative things. They went on radio stations, they went on the print media, on the electronic, they said all that they could have said. Their propagandists and their lobbyists, they did all they could do to say bad things about the CDC government. But in the midst of that, George Weah told the people that the press were free. You can say anything in Liberia. In fact, there was no political prisoners. He said it in his message. He said, I'm proud to announce to you that since I took over, there are no one political prisoner in Liberia. Whereas a jaded person, and no, Joe Bouakai was not able to tell the head of state exactly what is happening. The people know exactly what is happening. What the money Benny was talking about. They need to take out the other barrier so that the economic growth, we can experience economic growth. What happened to the issue of rule of law? What happened to the respect for human rights? What happened when people want to say they want to alter their utterances, free speech, and you go on the social media and start to tell people their Facebook page, once they have the paraphernalia of the CDC or the t-shirt they are wearing, any paraphernalia of the CDC, you go after them at the job places. These were the things that the UN wanted to hear from President Bouakai, not to mesmerize the entire time given to him. For me, let me be honest with you. My president didn't tell the people exactly what is happening. The 8 months his government took over. What happened relative to our financial system? You are asking the people to remove barriers. You want them to make things better for you so that you receive financial benefit from the international community. What has happened in the period of 8 months? When your people have not emptied our coffers, when they are not stealing like the devil and stealing everything that they can steal, You have not told the excellencies. You didn't tell the guests at the United Nations. Liberians, you see, that's why they decided not to allow us to hear the president. How many of you knew that Joe Baka was going to speak? How many people were even know that President Baka was speaking to the UN? Because they were not going to tell the people the truth. President Baka was supposed to tell the people, their money, Benin will ask me, their financial global system, we need to balance. In my country, it's already, nobody stealing money. Things are okay. We put their money at press. He cannot say it. When the government officials will take monies and go and buy a lottery card for more than $120 more than 120,000 at the detriment of the ordinary people, President Baka is unable to inform the world leaders that the financial system in my country is bad. You see? But you sit and say, oh, we want to talk. You listen to the president. I had to play George Weah on. George Weah informed the people. He told the people. And we had troops out of the country. Why President Baka can inform the people of our efforts contributing to the United Nations peacekeeping mission? Why do you think our president could inform the people about the issue of a rule of law in our country? If they just walk over there with their things and the rule, what rule of law? What rule of law when the police can just go at the party headquarters of another political party and brutalize the people, all in the name of going for search? Up to now, there is no findings on the investigation. Nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. You talk about rule of law? Where is the rule of law under the Unity Party governor Joe Baka? Let the president government shock. I see that's why the executive mansion won't even post the paper speech. You can't put a main speech up. Up to now, we can't even see the video on the official website of the executive mansion. Oh, because they know that the Liberian people, the media, will critically analyze the president's message. There are real issues that we're supposed to be talking about. We're not talking about it. The financial system here is bad. Stop feeling their own here. Stealing day by day. And nothing. So long you are Joe Baka associate and you stole money. And Joe Baka, no, he will not intervene because that's how they want it to be like. That's how they want it to be. The entire system is corrupt. President Baka sort of no, it was going to be a boost for President Baka. Your first appearance at this was your first debut. Your debut appearance at the United Nations General Assembly. President Baka is supposed to prove to the international community that indeed he is the rescuer. For me, Liberians, I thought that Joe Baka was going to convince the whole world to say, I am the original rescuer. How? By telling them in less than 8 months, the roads have been built in my country. I told my people that the first 100 days of my administration, they will not go in Poto. Joe Baka didn't tell the people because the 8 months I saw Baka who have just sold himself and make himself, on par with the leaders and say, what? But they make a vision for Liberia in less than 8 months. See what he has done. See what he has done in less than 8 months. See what this man has done. But Baka could not tell the people what he has done in less than 8 months because the record within 8 months is bad. It's dirty. It's not good for consumption. It is not good for hearing. And so Baka cannot tell the international community what he has done in 8 months of his administration. In 8 months, in terms of security, why will you tell the people that we got checkpoint all over the country? I said we're fighting war. The area of education, why would he tell the people when parents cannot afford because they sack the people, husbands and wives, and every day education postponing opening of schools, and many children are not going to school? The president couldn't tell the people anything about the press, freedom of speech. President Baka is supposed to tell the people as to relate to freedom of speech. In my 8 months, my people, I'm proud as the president of Liberia to tell you that there is freedom of speech. People can say anything they want to say. You can say on Facebook, you can do anything I can say. Baka couldn't tell the people because Baka administration been witch hunting people at their job site because of their critical opinion about how he managed the country or how he's running Liberia into the bottom left page, and it goes on the people's personal Facebook page, and once they found any paraphernalia of the CDC, they are intimidated, they are fired, they are dismissed. So Baka couldn't tell the people anything about these happenings. $22 million was dumped into one poto, and they said they used it to fix roads in the rural area. Joe Baka couldn't tell the people in 8 months what has happened in 8 months. If I were President Baka, I'm going to be proud in my 8 months, and that's my first debut. Look, I want to stand before the people and tell them in less than 8 months, this is what my government have done. In less than 8 months, we were able to pave most of the road. We were able to rehabilitate most of the road. In less than 8 months, we were able to handle the issue of electricity. In less than 8 months, there is nobody we're going after. People have the freedom of assembly. President Baka could not say these things because he got the police on the street with many multiples of checkpoints to intimidate people for not coming out to express their dissatisfaction. You see what happening to our country? And you want the people to lift all these barriers and all these glitches, and that they will allow you to have economic growth. How can you have economic growth when your people just stealing the rat? Oh, I see what a minute I put in speech up. Up to now, check Liberians, check those of you that they check the page, the official Executive Mansion website. Check it. Let's check it together. Let's go there. The Executive Mansion website. Everybody go there. Executive Mansion website. Let's go there. Let's go there. Go there. Are you seeing anything about President Baka's message delivered to the 79th sections of the General Assemblies of the United Nations? Anything written there? Go on the Executive Mansion website. Do you see the video of anything that President Baka delivered? His statement. What is it not on the Executive Mansion website? The only thing that went upon is that the president had ran into Toronto to go organize one investment conference among themselves to just be able to eat money. So our country is Look, our country, Liberia, we are on a path that is leading us to the bottom's left hill. And when we say many of you think we don't like this government, we hate President Baka. No, President Baka is a human being. Nobody want to hate him. We just hate the attitude of him and his government. I can't one. You can be playing your cash app, cash giveaway. Be winning your 3,000 Liberian dollars. Just start saving 99. Start 24 hash. Then you follow the instruction there. You need to get $100 Liberty or 70 cents USD on your mobile money account, and then you enter your PIN code, and then you are part. I'll also announce the first winner. I won't come back to Joe Baka statement. I want to business again. Yeah, listen. They're only reading the thing that said they're running in paper. You that time you operating on that podium or Zebio. You remember your inauguration day. You know what happened in Liberia. So that podium at what stage you on. So they almost like they told Joe Baka that, Pape, when you go up there, you must observe the time. You know what happened in Liberia. So be very careful because around you there's security will not come staying around you plenty. EPS again go there. No, that place where you see world leaders. Now that was the only time I heard my president the way Joe Baka was audible. It was only when he appeared at the General Assembly that Joe Baka was audible. That you could hear him. But he was reading that if to say he want to do it quickly. There's a time the man said that Papa, you got to fall in the range of this time. Don't go beyond that time. You know what happened in Monrovia. And he was speeding and over speeding, accelerating his velocity. Listen quickly.
There's nothing to be happy.
No, I know there is nothing to be happy, Liberians. Let's listen to you quickly. I'm coming shortly. Listen, Sonny.
To you and pay due respect to all standing protocols. I am pleased to bring you heartfelt greetings
So Bakara Jata, but that's what Joe Biden was doing. The president of the United Nations General Assembly, the Secretary General, the heads of states, and the foreign ministers and dignitary, all those formalities, all those intro, Bakara had no interest inside. He had no patience because he was working with time. He was working with time. Therefore, if all of the leaders, they get their time. But back out of time, he care whether that it will read to 10 minutes. It's not a business. He won't do it hastily because he can remember what happened down like there, down Monrovia. So he just all protocols there. All protocols there.
The people of Liberia, who with great anticipation thought to the outcomes of these discussions. As you may know, our recent presidential and general elections conducted in the spirit of peace and democracy.
Conducted in the spirit of peace and democracy. He's informing the heads of states that, as you might be aware, we just had a presidential elections. It was conducted in, peace and democracy. It was peaceful. There was no fighting. It was good. You're telling the people. Paved
the way for a smooth transfer of power just 8 months ago and set the objective path to development.
Okay.
In light of this, we have introduced.
Listen, I want you to listen to this part. The president said after he told the United Nations that, look, we were able to have our election. Even if thank you for the election, all those who contributed to the country, he said we're able to have our election. While of you, the transfer of power, the election was done in the spirit of democracy and peace. Now, he said we have introduced. So let's see what are those things that Joe Bakara has introduced in less than 8 months that he's informing the international community about the things he introduced in his 8 months. Let's listen to him.
Ambitious agenda focusing on agriculture.
Focusing on agriculture, he said they introduced that.
Roads.
He's telling the people they introduced the issue about road. He didn't tell the people about the Porta road. He didn't tell the people we spent $22 million, we eat the money. The $22 million we get them Porta much road. He didn't tell the people, listen to him.
Rule of law.
Rule of law. There where I'm shocked that the president will be telling the people that we introduce the issue of what rule of law? Rule of law where? Rule of law. Where in Liberia under Joe Bakara? Is there anything called rule of law in this country under this president? This president that has shown his eyes that he cannot see what is happening in terms of the violation because he is the man that been violating all the laws. Bakara is the chief violator of our laws. Why would the president, why would he be brave, having the proclivity and audacity to tell world leaders that his government has introduced the issue of agriculture and the rule of law? Where is the rule of law? Are there any rule of law in this country? When the very president who is misinforming world leaders is the chief violator of the rule of law in our country. In total days, we got to the final arbiter of justice in our country, the Supreme Court. President Bakara will be braved. Oh, Liberian, do you see the misinformation? That is why the executive mansion website was not willing to share with us. Because you will analyze. Why would the president say they introduce the issue of agriculture? Where play in the agriculture area they have introduced to this country? When Bakara he cut the money of all those agencies of government, all those ministries. He reduced their budget and added on and made money plenty. Can President Bakara be brave, Liberians? I want you to read the lies, because if President Bakara will be very bold, that is why you are not looking for but he bear in that paper, he didn't look up. Like, we are when we read the local small, local, you come down. Bakara had no time because he was running with time because he was aware of Monrovia. So he was running with time. For the president to tell the people, let me bring it back small. I want you to listen to him again. Don't say, boy, we are saying. Come back small, President Bakara. Come back small. Small. Just come back. Listen.
This we have introduced.
We have introduced. Now, Bakara is telling the people in the 8 months of my administration, this is what my government has done. This is what my government has introduced. This is what my government have laid down as a blueprint, as a way path for full implementation. This is what Bakara. Listen to the old man. Listen to the president.
ambitious agenda focusing on agriculture, roads.
Yeah, he's talking about roads. Oh. So I'm wondering, which roads Baka is informing the people about his ambition about the issue of a road. Look at the fact you take up $22 million, give it to one man who said at the Ministry of Public Works. He had the money and went before the legislature and they pardoned him. President Baka telling the people, ambition, we focus on the issue of our roads. Where are the roads? We roll. The road where you ate the $22 million free of charge and give our people Potter roll is what you are telling the United Nations. You are telling world leaders, Mr. President. Oh my God, Jesus Marias. This might not be John the Baptist. No, it can be. President Baka, stop it. Stop it. You can't treat our country this way. How will you go to the point and go tell the people the thing you know you're doing here? When road you facing? The way I eat the $22 million, I get to put mud roll. And listen to me again.
Rule of law.
Rule of law. Rule of law. Is there any rule of law in this country, Liberians? Is there any rule of law in our country? You see, we not been sincere to ourselves. We're not been sincere to ourselves. We're not honest. Look at the kind of speech you wrote for the president. For the president to misinform the international community. You think the people don't know what is happening here? You think the people don't know?
Education, sanitation, and tourism.
Sanitation and tourism. That's what he's talking about. What rule of law? Talk about good governance. Is there anything in Liberia about good governance? Or the president broke all the laws? The president's in total disrespect to Supreme Court decisions? The president removed everybody from tenure positions? The very law that he was part of for 12 consecutive years when he was vice president? So in the 9 months that the thing that Joe Baka go tell the people, our president go tell the people that in the 9 months I was there, we introduced the issue of rule of law, agriculture, the issue of rule. Which rule? Your bare rule where? Where your first rule? Baka should be honest to tell the people we mismanaged $22 million. We eat the money. You are talking, you went there to discuss the global financial system. You want to work with people so that they will build your capacity, your financial capacity. They will make sure that your economy can grow. They will remove all the barriers, all the obstacles, all the blockades. But you are not telling the people that what we are requesting for, the collaboration we're talking about, the collabo we're talking about, we Liberia are not in consonance with what we are told, what you're saying here in as it relates to the theme of this assembly. We're not in consonance. How can you be calling for a better financial system when the financial system in Liberia is broken down? Everybody steal the way they want to steal. You have MedTech over there. You ever see allegation on the commerce minister now? The bought brand new car, 121,000. Then he said the car for the Ministry of Commerce. How can such a car be for Ministry of Commerce? Expensive car like that, not for the minister. The very mental that the Liberian Senate were investigating and Honorable Amara Conan came with their investigation, the findings, and you are in dubious collaboration with these people at the detriment of the ordinary people. What financial system are you talking about? And then you go to the international community. So it means that nothing has happened in Joe Baka 8 months. Nothing has happened. Total breakdown everywhere. Security-wise, zero. Health-wise, zero. No drugs. No drugs. You go to the JFK, go there. The JFK management is signing contract with BK Pharmacy. They are signing contract. We go in the compound of the JFK. There is a pharmacy called BK Pharmacy. That pharmacy is situated there in the JFK compound, on the JFK compound, on the grounds. That pharmacy will also be moved to Redemption Hospital and all other government referral hospitals because somebody is getting the financial dividend at the detriment of the people when they go there. So you can tell us that this is the kind of thing you wrote for our president to go tell the people. This is what you wrote. As soon as guests can arrive here, we start the discussion. So keep playing your King's Cat giveaway. Keep dialing *79 *24 hash. I want you to win something on this first day. I want you to win $3,000 Liberian dollars. So please do that hurriedly and be a part of it. Dial *799 *24 hash. And you'll be a part. I think I can do maybe the first draw here quickly. Let me do this one quickly. Yeah, let me do the one for the first winner class quickly. Yeah. Let me do a class. I'm coming. Let me do this quickly for. Okay, let me do it quickly. The first, so you can get our first winner. Okay, thank you so much. So let me just quickly, class. Let me see. You can call our very first winner quickly here this morning on the show. Let me. The person number 881690164. That 881690164. Okay, so let's see if we can class. Let's see if we can get. Oh, sorry. I missed. This is the phone number. This phone. Which one? Okay, so this is it. Come. 1 minute. So let me just call our first winner quickly. 088 1690 164. That's 088 1690 Okay. So let's see. We'll call our first winner quickly on the program. Talk about it on Kings 88.5. Like I said, this room is not charged. This room is not charged. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. What's your name?
Joseph Basin.
Joseph Badlin. Okay. Joseph, did you play the King's Cash giveaway this morning?
Yes, I played.
How many times you play?
I played 2 times.
You play 2 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Then how you play?
That 799 cash 24. I'm 24 now.
You say you dial star 799 star.
Yeah, 24.
Hash. Then you send it.
Yeah.
Follow the instruction.
Yeah, I follow the instruction.
Okay. So you received the message now.
Yes, sir.
So you received you received your 3,000.
The Eagle Land.
The Eagle Land.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So keep playing, yeah?
Okay, sir.
Keep playing. Thank you so much. Okay, so he's our very first winner. So keep playing that star 799 star 24 hash. And then you follow the instruction. There's star 799 star 24 hash, and then you follow the instructions. So we're still waiting on our guest. He's supposed to be at 8:30, Honorable Solomon Claudio George, and then we discuss relative national issues. But Liberians, we'll take some of your calls. We'll open the lines, take some of your calls. The WhatsApp line is also here, 07788296111, 0778829, that's 07788296111. And the WhatsApp line also is 07788296111. You can call on that WhatsApp line. Those of you in the diaspora, you'll be a part of the program. So the WhatsApp number to call is 07788296111. Those of you in Liberia, you can call 07788296111. And you'll be live on the program, or 077891085. Let's take some of your calls on the program this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Emmanuel Siwan. I'm joining you from my call resident.
Email, let's hear you.
Thank you. Let me say welcome to your new studio.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you very much for always keeping our people to be informed.
Yeah.
But it's what, like you said this morning, I'm disappointed. More especially when you see a leader go at the international level and like the way the Labrador man will call it, to do broad daylight, that's what makes me disappointed. However, I'm also disappointed that Mr. Walker was not going to do that because his whole leadership is characterized by misinformation and disinformation.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not surprised, about that. But here is the shocking part, Israel. For our president to stand at the international platform and inform the people that the issue of rule of law, didn't rule during agriculture,
good governance,
those things, they can be seen. Is the Supreme Court telling you about, your missed procedure, into 10 you. You did not listen to the higher court. You did respect the higher court. So how can you now say the rule of law, is something that is, going on in Liberia? You talk about good governance. Good governance includes the freedom of speech, political tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
We witness people going, police people going to people's homes, and brutalizing them. They can just Saka, the CDC headquarters, Saka. Without any such warrant, CDC invaded, the police invaded a party headquarters. So do you call that good governance? The form of president coming into the country, you deploy AFL, brutalizing seditions. Do you call that good governance? The man is coming to the country, the presidential law that he built. You deny him, not paying courtesies, not respecting. Even for the man to go at the international level and not appreciating the people for putting their money into our elections that see him today as president is a disrespect. So like you said, Waka was timing because the situation during the inauguration is what they felt. For which, they were cutting everything, and the man could not, address anything to put for our agenda to the international community. But then you asking the people to go and, pay some money and take financial bottleneck so that you can get money.
You can get money.
All right? And when you get money, so that people make 24,000, 20,000, 30,000. All right? So the international people will be looking at people making fabulous salary, and you want for the people to donate money to your country so that people can put it in their pocket. So Israel, we are getting that gradually. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you.
And we are here, we're following.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 077-88-29611. So we're taking some of your calls before the guests can be here this morning. 077-88-29611. 077-8910-875. Let's go to the WhatsApp line and let's say the WhatsApp line here. Let's take this person. Good morning. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Joseph Macy, and I call from New Georgia.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, good morning. We told the people about it. Oh man, Joe Walker. I get strong from Grand Coup from the southeast. Grand Coup is cutting all of Liberia now. Since they came into power, the 8 months, what you're saying was rehabilitating rules. There's one machine. It's not in Grand Coup now, as we speak. The international rule there. Everything is that collapsed.
But the president told the UN that his government is focused on rules.
I mean, those I'm telling you something to you. And before, then I need to allow people will not have Liberia. Go and say the truth. Tell the people the truth. What is going on in Liberia? I'm telling you, my brother, there is nothing that's going on in Grand Coup there. The rule is completely cut off now as we speak now. I told you yesterday. Actually, the southeast from Grand Jewel all the way to the Capet Town is stuck up in the mud there. Telling you something serious. It's very critical.
Okay.
Yeah. The government needs to send machines on our road at least for people to go through the business. No money there. Yeah, it's suffering.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 07788. This person answered the WhatsApp line is for those in the diaspora to call me on 07788296111. Those of you in library can call me on the same 07788296111. That same number, those in the diaspora who can call me on the internet, of course, they will be live. So calling from Liberia on that same number, of course, you're going to go through on the yeah, please. Who that? Yeah.
Good morning, my name is Shelby Joe. I'm calling from the Congo down there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, on a national platform, there are a lot of things more Liberians don't know about. The government cannot take over just 6-7 more times and expect all the road to be impacted. Let me give you one information that the public don't really know.
Okay.
There's a guy from Ethiopia, they are here, they are on feasibility studies. They'll be doing the road from Gosford to Kima, from Kima to Lofa, from Lofa to Port Waters. And now, yes, they are in Liberia and they're working on it.
Oh, they are in Liberia?
Started December, the price will start, it will be all the material. So there are things Liberia don't know, the government not expose everything to that these processes start.
Okay, but Chief, we have the information ministry. Usually they inform the public when these things are coming.
Yeah, the information ministry is responsible to inform the public, but this process has to start before the information.
He slipped off the line. He said a group of people here. So, but then why the information Jerry Limit Pia that let morale that why he's not telling us? Good morning. I know why I can't go away from the radio. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
I'm excellent. Your name, where you calling from?
Thank you. When the new group, I'm your official spokesperson for Labrador Sarah Bowman.
Go ahead.
Let me say thank you so much for the talking point for bringing the voices of the former president and the current president. Mm-hmm. And we compare these two voices, the mean person we are done well, doing your goal. For President Bola is trying to win anything and the UN General Assembly. Because what I'm saying is that the rule is not very respected on you. Because we're doing more broker. You hear I got taking from a certain position. You only have been put our employer by free defender. You take it from off job, you know what? You work with President we are. But
the president told the UN that look, they are focused on roles, they are focused on agriculture, rule of law, tourism, good governance. It's okay.
I listen to it. Yeah, what is the problem? It was a joke. I don't know. It's why I like the people. When you say that they will be in Gangula, they will be in Wadi, or she will say, oh, initially, they will say, so that means you have to bring people, you get one election. For many people that they spend money here, and for many, the pretty people I don't want to be for when it's up for 1 year, nothing like that.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Thank you. Let me take this caller there and I'll do the second draw and take the second winner. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
You know where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Sherry Kevin and I join you from the Marshall Highway.
You listen to the president.
I listened to the president's speech, but it just came surprisingly to me. When did he leave to go over the United Nations address the nation?
Oh, you're not even know? You hear that the president went to the UN?
I never heard anything like that. I just surprised him when I put it radio. I hear you playing your voice like you address the United Nations.
Yeah, the president spoke there. The president said his government focus on rule. There is a rule of law, good governance in the country, everything okay with you. Are you there? Oh, he when silent left. Let's do the second draw quickly. Let's do it quickly. Right. Let's do it quickly. Right. Let's do the second draw quickly. Okay. Let's do it and then we can. I'll call the next two winners are coming. I will call you. You know that. Good morning.
Well, we are from you. Where did you go?
I don't know.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mazizi. The female
Okay,
general.
thank you for the show. Yeah, thank you for the show this morning. Therefore, they said this morning.
You listen to the preso?
Yeah, this is the president who tell you that it's a liar.
Okay.
And they put you what the person no, they listen to the people's cry. They listen to our cry. They say post to bed. It is a post to bed at us. They put know what happening in the country, the whole world in the nation, know what happening in the world. They just go and tell them about the rule of law, whatever. They put everything, even the one in free from jail. Instead of you respect the rule of law, they want free from jail, the rule of law you respect. Don't point for a lie and they see they will make a way through and they say life for them to lie because they see they are dishonored people. But what are you doing? It will hurt you tomorrow. Let you go ahead and say if you say the rule of law and you say the post if you say the rule of law, you respect it, they respect that. If you feel on speak, if you respect it, that's lie. So things to them comment. We will be for 6 years, we will cry for 6 years. And we will be strong, but we cannot do what we cannot put any power. They will feel it and they come into the family. They will fall all day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mansisi. Let me call my second winner. Then I call the third. Let me call my second winner here this morning. And this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Israel.
Go away from the radio now. Your name?
My name is John Slomo. Calling me, can't tell you.
Wait, Sumo.
Yeah.
You played the Kings Catch giveaway this morning?
Yes.
How many times you play?
I play one time.
One time?
Yeah, really, one time.
Look out. So, but you received the message.
I'm telling you, let me see your call now.
Yeah, please check because you're one of the winners. So check your account.
Thank you so kindly. Thank you so kindly.
Okay, thank you so much. He's our second winner. Okay, that's the 888-7-228. So let's take the next person. 169. No. Okay. All right, let's see. Take this person from this other line. Morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. This is CDC Papisa that keep adding in terms of everybody this morning.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I continue to monitor the conversation this morning, but however, let me go to the issue of our President Baka.
Okay.
The president didn't mean well for the Liberian people on the land of increasing the United Nations to the Liberian people. And my conversation here, my disappointment with him, even though I had to not appoint him, but I'm highly disappointed in him. For the fact being that for the president to go to the United Nations and have the announcement concerning our road issue. See what happened over the weekend. This is the first time ever in Liberian history. In from City Hall to before there, or to even car is not easy to pass there. And in my mind, I do believe that it is because of innocent people like us, God having mercy upon Liberia. This is the first time. If you collect $22.5 million for road project, you use all of the money on your own ego, please. I mean, this woman is very smart, is very professional in the criminal activity, in stealing the Liberian people money. He be able to say, not even know what he's doing. That's how he behaves. But however, this is Liberia. We are here and we're going to listen and see what's going to happen next. Thank you for the minute.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me take one more person before I announce the chair winner. Good morning.
Good morning, Israel. Let me good morning to the listeners. This is Edmond Carr, the vision and paying God and keeping this one prepared president fit to the fire.
You listen to the president.
And in Weaver community. You know, Israel, what we thank God, thank you for is that the very international community that Bwaka was speaking to, they are following everything. They see everything. The same people that gave us money to develop our road, the same people that gave us money to improve our rule of law, the culture, they were right there. And they are fully aware that Bwaka was lying to them. They were not saying the truth. So You know, the people continue to expose their government. Because we told them, as you have seen, the same management that they get managing here in Liberia, that is still to try to apply over there. But the people fully understood that Bouaka is not capacitated. Bouaka does not have strength. Bouaka does not have the ability to further deliver to the General Assembly. How do you deliver a speech to the whole world and refuse to even recognize those that you're supposed to recognize? Okay? The other speaker and our media past president will always reference the president of the General Assembly. But you just go and you say, other protocol or whatever day you started to talk, in fact, you were in a rush. Very bad rushing, because there was no way that people could have gone over there to surround him before you finish giving a speech. We know it's not a secret. The $22 million, and when in the brief, and here is the free popular white minister that may use our $22 million, how they got to come here and say our government misuse the road for money by directing it into our community road development. Yes. See, the directing into our community road development will change, go change you. Because places our community that were money, and today will move there, will eat. But use that, probably use the $22 million, there is no impact everywhere. Agriculture project, you see, you are focusing on agriculture in your first term. Here, what you did, you cut down the agriculture budget down. What does that suggest to the very international community that you are speaking of? Meaning, you don't have interest in agriculture, rule of law. See what you did left you there. And say you don't power before even coming to the presidency. See what you did to Kinjo. You went to Kinjo because the people are speaking against wild labor practices. You went there, you shoot them, and came and told the laboratory so the people have arm with them. After president, you're not able to come up with a money who have arm and what kind of arm these people have. You went there, you shoot, and kill them. The former president, when you return to the country, you deploy AFL. No, I don't know why you deploy AFL for. Are they the former president returning, you deny the usage of the VIP laws. You went to our party and put overnight. You put a instance of drug. These are all negative images against the government. They were put president. We are in fact ECOWAS here. Okay, to complete you. Because ECOWAS will relate to the other colleagues. Okay, AU will relate to the United Nations. That is hard to cooperate. That is hard to coordinate issue. So if you not go to the General Assembly and laugh, there is no public relation. Can you do up there? What behind you is not okay. So we are getting there. We will not get a chair. We will not sing. We will not rest. As long as you guys are up, we'll continue to be with you guys. Thank you. We are following.
Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. Let's go out to a window quickly, and then we. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name? Frank.
Yeah.
Did you play the King's Cash giveaway this morning?
Yeah.
How many times you played? 3 times.
Yeah.
All right. Did you receive the message on your phone?
Oh yeah, the people are saying that for what I'm right now, I'm on my way from work because I made an arrangement with one family over school for 3 family units. 2 to be used on the Freeport and Canada Road, and then 1 to be used at City Hall. So they are going right now.
Okay, but you received the money.
Yeah. So I think I'm using them to be used on the road.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that's *799 *24# and then follow the instruction. Of course, you will win yourself $3,000 Liberian dollars this morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, Israel.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I'm okay. Your name?
Yeah, this is Emmanuel Smith. And I'm phoning this morning from my office. You know, Israel, I listened to you this morning, and you get shy away from your usual entertainment. And again, Israel, sometimes Do you really want to compare President Joe Bwaka with that of former President Weah in terms of leadership? In terms of government? In terms of
wait, my man, you must argue You listen to your president, you listen to the president message at the General Assembly.
I listen to you playing it.
What the president said,
right?
what the president said, that they are focused on roles.
That is why I'm coming to now.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Israel. You won't compare the message of President Joe Bwaka with that of the message of former President Weah.
What is the message of Joe Bwaka? What did Joe Bwaka say to the people?
You sat down and you said that there is nothing that called rule of law on this leadership. You say that you really mean what you say.
What is the rule of law?
You won't compare that despotic regime of George Weah with that of this democratic man called Joe Bwaka.
So Joe,
well for this country.
My man, don't gotta waste my time. You will not say anything. But you're lying. You are not saying. You can ask me. You are not saying anything truthful. What is the rule of law? Bwaka respect the law. Bwaka respect the law.
Man who sat in this country, who served as president, who break down the laws of our country.
So Bwaka respect the laws. Bwaka respect the laws.
I'm going to give you the comparative analysis.
No, I want to ask you a question. Bwaka respect the laws of the land?
100%. 100%.
Okay, but don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. You say you're not saying the truth to me. It's not because I can give you the opportunity to speak on the show. But Bwaka don't respect the laws and you want to waste my time. Bwaka respect the law, and you write their email. Bwaka broke all the laws, all the tender position that they put in place when you were vice president. Bwaka respect the rule of law because he's sacking everybody because people expressing their dissatisfaction on how he's running the country. You say Bwaka respect the rule of law, email. You want me to waste my time with you? When Bwaka respect the rule of law, you'll be sacking people around this place because people come on Facebook and criticize him. He all on people's Facebook page looking for who wearing CDC t-shirt. Amen. You're my friend, but I want to give you that time to waste my time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Sandy Sherry from Groveville, Division number 17, son of Green Kitson Country.
You listen to the president.
Okay, thank you ever so much. Brother Israel, these Unity Party people in this country, they would defend all sorts of lies in this country. What the previous government they used to criticize on that there would be no business as usual when it comes to power is the things as business as usual today. So, but these people, they will sit in their corner. When you finish using the Liberian people money, then they will come on social media to be defending lies. But big brother, I don't want some time for you to be wasting your time on these people. I don't care what you do. These people will come out to defend why the government is carrying away millions of dollars on a daily basis. Liberia, I always told the Liberian people, under Joseph Nima Bwaka, for the past 8 to 9 months now, Liberia only trying to benefit essential. A gentleman agreement, you with thousands of pictures where our country money is just going. Nothing is returning to this country, but Liberian people voted for it 2023. Only keep our finger crossed until we live alive. Come 2029, then we can make another new decision for the Liberian people. For the remaining 5 years, Liberian people will see this. That's why I say the rain can fall on the roof alone. It fall on any other creature that is under the surface of this particular sky. Thank you, big brother. Don't waste your time on these people. They will continue to defend the lives. And the lives they have to defend in this country. Thank you ever so much for having me on your show.
Thank you so much.
Sheriff, my name.
Thank you so much. Let me take this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Anyway,
my name is I got a call. They took somebody's job and gave it to him. So he's right to say what you want to say because they took somebody's job from them and gave it to him. So he will defend himself about our lives in every direction. So don't hurt your hero on that kind of man. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Talk about it on Kings 88.5. Like you see on the screen now, my guest is Sohoya calls his brother seated here in studio. So those of you following us that are social media, you can see on the other side, our guest is pretty seated, Honorable Solomon Claudia George. He's the former representative of District 7. And he's here this morning for us to talk about a wide range of national issues. Paramount among them is the issue of the children's future. He's deeply concerned about the future of the children. So he's here this morning. Honorable George, welcome.
Good morning, Jerusalem. You are the capital city of Israel.
It's good having you this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Angela, you look too excited.
Yes, my hands are filled this morning. I had an assignment with your studio, and then I'm being called now to go and do some things for some of my brothers. So I have to finish with this place before I go on that side. You know, when you called me, Israel, what is on my mind? What has been on my mind? What will continue to be on my mind as an elder of this country is the children's future. The way we govern to ensure that our future leaders, like you, the young man on my right here, how you will live tomorrow, we are going to set that basis. Yeah, the children's future.
The children's future.
Yeah.
So let's look at the plans. What just motivated you in this direction?
Well, I noticed that's all I've been doing in life. You know, I used to be Jersey born in IE, team manager, coach, acting president, you know, I did all sorts of jobs, but then it was all networking in team working. Yeah, that networking in team working. I have been a team player. You see, we should set a standard, a basis, a basis for our children to climb the steps with us. I do not see it. And it is not just this Boakai government. I'm not looking at Boakai's government. I will start looking, from the previous government, the one further than that, Let me give an example what has been coming to my head concerning Nigeria. I believe if Honorable Boakai is quite serious with regard to, what he's doing concerning auditing. We need to audit the LEC.
The LEC?
Yes. From their 12-year term to our 6-year term, you check how much has been spent on the LEC. We should not be receiving electricity from the Ivory Coast. We are supposed to be selling electricity to our neighboring countries here. As a pen pusher, I want you to check on that. Go and check how much has been spent on the LEC. The people that have been running LEC and are still running LEC are making a fool of us. From the time we had that guy from, Nova Scotia or Iceland, I've forgotten his name, who was running the LEC.
He was here, he left.
Yes.
Before we bought our own management team.
Yes. Too much money has been spent on the LEC for us to even have blackout for 1 hour. Power outage should not be our portion right now in Liberia. Over $2 billion have been spent on the LEC, and you need only $800 million, $900 million, $1 billion to have LEC standardized. So what has been done with such money? Where has the money gone? Are there the LEC managing director or CEO, whatsoever quotation they gave him or handle they gave him, to call and tell me or tell you in my absence that what I'm saying is a lie, so I can bring out documents to prove that what I'm saying is the truth. That's one of the things we need to investigate the LEC.
The LEC.
Yes, it's very serious.
Are you experiencing the power shortage?
Just yesterday, me, I'm a coach. I'm watching my Arsenal game. in between people. Yeah, on Saturday, they sent out a message that, you know, there was going to be a power outage because they were working on the connectivity from the other side, meaning the Ivory Coast to Liberia. But why can't our dam be standardized? Why can't the loop plant with the 4 or 8 generators be standardized? Where all this money went? It's poor management, just like Liberia. Poor management, leadership poor. The leadership is poor. I'm saying it. Anybody wants to get angry, will get angry with me. Waka has just taken over. So he made a promise of 100 days. That's just a calculating statement to get people to vote for him, because there is nothing in the Constitution that states 100 days before, you know, then I must have done this, I must have done that. But guess what? His government is not going the right way with regards of tomorrow. But for me, I'm giving them a year. I'm compiling the ills, you know, that are being performed by them, particularly, you know, and getting rid of people that are working and because they are labeled CDC.
So you've been monitoring all the happenings across.
I went to Honorable Joka on our issue, and he explained to me, say, Honorable George, most of these people have not been going to work. We found out that some of them are working with government, and then they are off country digging diamond or gold somewhere. They are working with this institution, the NPA, then they are working with the Ministry of Public Works. They are working with FDA, and they are working with the Foreign Ministry. Double dipping. So that is a good standardization or basis for putting people down. It's in the laws.
But the names that display to you, that these are the names?
I say the list is long. Very, very long. And until we started laughing, he and I laughed. When we went to, we laughed at the list.
I see.
The list is long, and then people are being called to go to the TSA for
verification.
Fine. But guess what? I can prove to this government that there are some people that have been going to work, that are even up or after they have been set down or thrown away, they are still going to job. There have been some people who went to job every time, consistently 7:30, 8 o'clock, and leave 5 o'clock, and they have been set down.
They were also affected.
Yeah, because they were labeled the CDC. And this country is for Liberia. We are all Liberians. We need to understand that, you know, in governance, it's for everybody. It's like you having a farm where you take care of cows and sheep, just name it, you know, poultry. If you do not have the pigs and the cows and the just name them, no cow dung, you know, no boo there, no cow feces. You don't have a farm. So the people are the marketing tools you need to take you to another election day. I always said when I came on the air that this government must take the CDC as a mirror. Look at what they did yesterday. What was good, you capture it. What was it, you put it aside. But let me tell you why this is going on. I think the president is being ill-advised.
Ill-advised?
Yes, he's being ill-advised. When I ponder on the Second World War, and I think about Adolf Hitler, do you know America, just these few years, has still been capturing Nazi war and crime actors?
Wow.
Yes. They caught somebody in Australia. He went to New Zealand, he changed his name from there. He went to Eastern Europe. He went to this place, went to that place. He hit back to Australia. He was arrested. I think he was in his 80th year or so. He was in his 80s. What am I trying to say here? The wise men that these presidents can have around them can always ill-advise them. Not all of them, just some of them. And you have some of them very strong and attached to the president. When they say something, the president does. Or when they go and do, the president does not undo because he feels that they are wise people and they will be doing the right thing. But this government needs to think about tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, there is a tomorrow.
What is about this tomorrow? They're concerned about now.
Well, it is wrong to just be now. You see, the reason why they are acting against is the fear of failure. Most of us want to enrich ourselves now, and it happened during the last government. We should stop denying. I hate to, citizens must come together and hold a big rally. I'm talking about us who are at the top, including the former president. I'm saying it. I apologize to the Liberian people for mismanagement, maladministration, the way we run the government. Tell the whole story, say sorry to the people, say sorry to your citizens, your Biafrans, and whatsoever it is. Because we didn't listen to the people. This is a democracy, and it is by the people's will. If I'm lying, I want you to tell me I'm lying. Democracy is by the people's will. What the people say.
By the people of the people.
Yes. We must do what our people say. So I take this time to appeal to the administration of Honorable Joseph Numa Boakai to reconsider the firing of people, whether they are double dipping or not. You just came. They have not worked for you yet. Give them a chance to work. And when they do any mismanagerial action, you can set them down. But to throw people out, my brother, by this time, I had about 2,000 people on my scholarship. By this time. I have not done it. Yes. The enablement is not there. I say by this time, I had about 2,000 students on my scholarship, 2,000 plus. It is not there. And go see the children dancing, who made beggar in the street now. No beggar. Beggar at Christmas time.
Christmas time. You saw people dancing?
Yeah, children go beg, they go look for money. They go around doing home beggar looking for money. Because their parents do not have.
But your time they were doing the same.
No. Not
your time you were there.
You
were there for 6 years, they were doing the same.
Not September.
Not September?
They did home beggar during December, not September. I'm telling you about the hardship. It is too tough. People say, oh, it's tough all around the world. We are making it tougher. I thought something, Liberia is the 8th poorest country on the earth. It's a lie. It's wrong. The other day, somebody spoke during our last Independence Day oration. When that lady spoke, a lot of people got angry. Have you seen the latest stats on America's friend list?
Okay.
Diplomatic friends. They started with Morocco, the 5th, I think, South Africa, this country, then Ghana, number 1. Liberia is no more singing with America as she thinks. So Liberia has to begin to step out to go to other countries for help. I'm telling you, the Americans are not doing infrastructure. They bring money to you. Half of the money, they will send people behind it to work with you and carry half of the money back. Check the records. It's what they have been doing. The orator who spoke during the July 26 period, that lady, if you go and ask the cassava up Nimba County, the cassava in the ground, the cassava leaf, the potato grain, they will speak and tell you that the lady spoke the heart of Liberia. But a lot of hypocrites want to deny, you can't have a guest and tell the guest the truth. You should wait for another time. She spoke the heart of Liberia. America has disadvantaged Liberia to the minimum extent, below zero, below minus.
So we don't need them.
I don't think. You can't say you don't need them.
You think this government don't need the US?
No. I'm not saying you don't need them. But we need to shift a little bit.
How do you shift?
What? You go to China?
China?
Yes. You go to India.
China is one of your highlights?
I said again, you go to China. I'm talking about interest.
Interest.
You need infrastructural erections to make your country look. This is the first African independent country. Compare us with other countries. We're still looking like a slum. You having in Central City, the biggest slum in the country. What is stopping us from extending, in the beautification of West Point? Dividing the 4 parts and start building low-cost housing over there for the people. I'm not talking about this government. I'm talking about the past government. The other one before. This government is just coming. So I will start grading them as of next year because their pluses, I'm marking them down. Their minuses, I'm marking them down.
Even the 8 months.
I say,
even the 8 months.
I say, it's 4 more months to go. How long? This year is finished. Tell me this year is not finished.
Of course.
It is 4 years now to election. So they have to be careful. They must be careful. See what happened, I think, on Saturday. For the very first time in life, water pillage the City Hall road.
Yeah. I saw it. First ever.
I am 6'8.5". 16 months from now, I will be 70 years of age. Yes, I'm looking a little bit strong because of the strength that God has given me. Since I was born here in 1956, it never happened.
But I didn't say the past 6 years only asking nothing like that.
Past 6 years?
Yes. Your time.
Don't say your time. Tell me the date.
There was no water of that kind on the
nothing road? At the City Hall, that road. Water fell in the road and it reached to the step. You never saw that, eh?
I saw it on the video.
I said it never happened before. Let one of the callers call.
So then why do you think it's responsible? What happened?
I think we are slack.
We are slack.
The government is slack a little bit. The government need to attack some issues. Let me give you another example with this water issue. What is the word when the government goes and take a piece of land? They find out that where Kings FM is sitting is an oil-rich land. You come and take it, eminent domain.
Yeah, use eminent domain.
Yes. The government need to use that power through the public works, by the public works at that bypass road, on that bypass road. Mm-hmm. That is always filled with water. You bought an outlet to go all the way down Rock Spring Valley. Takes a big water through the compounds of those houses over there. Or else that road will always mess up. You fix it today, after 3 months it will spoil.
So let me bring you strictly to the issue of roads. I listened to the president. Will come to that is a message to the UN General Assembly in terms of roads. Mm-hmm. What can you say? $22 million, the government said, was put into roads up to the rural parts. Have you seen some of the roads?
We see them, but like I told you, we see them. But like I told you, I am not going to grade them now. They are just trying to sit.
You are not grading them, but your observation about the roads.
Yes, my observation, the roads are very bad. But were these roads as good yesterday? Those very roads, the Lofa Road, the Southeastern Road, was it as good or better than what it is today? It's the same. It has been the same whole thing. The only problem is the 22 million that was taken to go and refurbish. The refurbishment is not felt.
Okay,
that's the problem. That is the problem. It's a serious problem. But don't forget, the people's deputy, meaning the legislature, called the minister. They discussed it and they let him go.
Let him go.
So, if there's any problem, the problem should be with the people's deputies.
The lawmakers.
Yes.
So why you expected them to have punished the Minister of Public Works?
They should have punished him. They should have punished him because he took the money somewhere else.
You sure about that?
Well, this is Salomon George speaking. When I speak, I mean what I say what I mean. I said he took the money but from what he admitted not touching where he said he touched. So the legislature should have advised, the executive to say this is what happened and this is our advice. But again, they are just sat down. So maybe the brother took the money to do something by instruction of the chief executive, the CIC. So they let him go.
So let him go and say no more. Security.
Security.
Security, the overall national security.
Well, I always advise the police. The police is responsible for our security. I continue to advise the police director. He's a young man, and security is in his favor. So he should not allow his officers to do what they are not supposed to do. For example, going to the CDC headquarters with the intent or thought of going to search for drugs or illicit things or arms and ammunition. If you really respect the word president of presidency, that party is being run and headed by former president, most recent former president, Ambassador George Manuel Wianaso. So if you had a problem, you have a problem with that particular compound, you're supposed to write his office a letter to him and tell him we'll be observing, blah, blah. So we are asking you to please help us. Let me tell you something. To overthrow a government in this era is simple. It has just been shown us in Bangladesh. The students refused to stand down. And because they didn't stand down for 3 weeks, they stood there. In the 3rd week, the prime minister fled because she was tired with the commotion and confusion. You saw what happened in Burkina Faso, in Niger, and what is going on in Mali. ECOWAS have to be very mindful of what they do, how they move. I'm telling you, most African countries are trying to do away now with this recent times civilized slavery. We are still slaves to the Western countries. And Burkina Faso is saying, I'm leaving. Mali is gone. Niger is, if we do not be careful, other countries will join. And the AU just went to the ECOWAS meeting. The AU, one of their heads, operation, I think he's the vice chair for operations, made a statement that they are putting up a repellent force, a rigid repellent force to go and reinstate how you call it, governance in those countries. I bet them that thing that fly, a big talk. They can try it. You know why they can try it? The world is heading for a 3rd world war. And Liberia has to be one of the countries to be very careful.
In terms of what?
In terms of security.
In terms of security.
Yes. Because we do not have the security, the needed security to keep the country, particularly the police.
We got men though. We got men in the police.
You got men in the police. Stop joking. Listen to me.
But you are aware, Honorable George. We got men in the police.
Stop joking. You know something? That thing that deaf to frog, now what can be fun to labor? But I'm telling you something, those that are in power, they know that if the people decide to rebel for any wrong reason, that they will chase the people for, any government that is in power will be brought down. And we do not want to see that. I do not want to see a military government here. I do not want to see a police state here. So we have to be very careful.
How is the police proceeding that you think it's not necessary? You caution the police director to be careful. How is it proceeding?
I saw on the internet the other day him teaching them, advising them what to do. I bet you as a parent, we shall saw it too.
He was talking to them.
Yes, that is what he needs to do. And it should be on a bi-weekly basis. Why? Even in the great United States, half of the police force, top criminals are brought in. We know some of our children around here that are top criminals that are in the police force. Yes, we can pinpoint them. And guess what? When there is something that has sparked out and they send them on errand, the first thing they do is when they meet people, they search their pockets, take their personal belongings and carry them. They do it on a daily basis. Even when they are arresting motorbikes now, they're having a quarrel with a motorbiker, they want to take their personal belongings. People are getting tired of that. We need to respect the civilians. We need to understand that we are working by the people's power and not by our power. No, we have not reached. Do you know why CDC fell? Because a few of them that were at the top felt that we had reached. Nobody can touch us. Can you imagine you claim to be a bookish person, you know book, and you are being charged with a crime and you cannot come to defend yourself? You know what that is? It's a disgrace to academia. I was listening to a guy from Kenya or Zimbabwe, a professor, during a gala program, a graduation program. He said, should we continue to teach and award degrees? Because he has noticed, they have noticed, and I taking here have noticed that most of the people charged with corruption are educated people, prominent people that have earned degrees. So most people go to school to earn degrees to come and steal. Yes. Show me a farmer from Nima County that has been charged with corruption. Show me them. You can't find them. Even in the agricultural sector, they said in this area in one county, some people stole some money, but you go check out the people with the BSc, MBA, MA, and PhD. Why should it be so? Are you getting educated to be more criminal? No. But the reason that it is so is because of bad upbringing.
Bad upbringing.
Yes.
There are multiples of checkpoints across the city. I show you. It came in place to say because of the motorbike and those checkpoints are still existing. Do you think it in any way scare the citizens and make people to be?
It does not scare the citizens anymore. It makes the citizens angry.
Okay.
I have been these few days I ride motorbikes, although I've been riding motorbike ever since. People go, oh, that's how you're riding motorbike. I've been riding. I was a representative. I rode motorbike. I have a big crowd. The June 7 protest, I rode motorbike and passed through them and went to the Capitol building. So I've been riding motorbike ever since. I ride motorbike when we reach to the checkpoint. I rode taxi, reach to the checkpoint. The people are hungry. Most of the checkpoints are useless.
Really?
I said they are useless. You block the road, you hinder traffic, the free flow of traffic. You can get these motorbikes any day, anytime you want to get them. But watch, when they stop the motorbike, I'm going to give them a team. You know, oh, man, I give you a team, man. What? He said, give me a team, you give me a team, that way. So if you are arresting the man for not being licensed, send him home to license his bike in the next 2 days or else, you know, and you take his plate down or whatever it is. But every day, to be frank, I'm saying it again, most of those checkpoints are not correct. We need those checkpoints at night.
Not in the day.
Yes, we need those checkpoints at night because I have seen some of the hardcore criminals caught at night by those checkpoints, especially the one that used to be at Bamuma checkpoint. They caught
Bamuma House. I think it's still there.
Yes, they caught some people at night. Some criminals that they've been looking for, searching for, and could not be found at night. They cranked in the car, blocking, going to their girlfriend or whatever it is, arrested and brought in. But the security needs to do better.
They need to do better.
Yes.
Most of times when people want to come up freedom of assembly, The police are there on the ground and make sure that no one's authorized to protest around here. Say, we stop these things. It's an infringement on the rights of the people. Or normally the high should be nobody can protest. And
Jerusalem, how can you ask me that question when you know the answer already? Protest is a right. The protest must be peaceful. People can protest and it must be peaceful. The statement that came from the police a few weeks ago was erroneous, was a big mistake. That statement cannot be read, at the UN General Assembly representing Liberia. It can never be read. It can never be read at the United States Policing Assembly Academy for all African countries. You read that statement, you will be laughed at. It was erroneous. It was a big mistake. Well, guess what? The police have to put fear in the people.
Why?
Well, they think by putting fear in the people, they will gain. But we are forgetting that this country has been to war.
Okay.
And no baby in the country here. Do you know who can enter our office at night and open the doors? Little children.
That's what I heard. You can put them in the ceiling sometimes.
Yes, the little children. I would like to catch one in my house. I will let him know what is plastic disease. Yeah.
But you think the multiple of checkpoints does it in any way discourage investors from coming? Does it give them the kind of picture that Liberia?
No, it will not discourage investors. What will discourage investors is protesting, police attacking where they're not supposed to attack, police going somewhere that they're supposed to go in peace with a letter or leaflet and say, look, we observe this, please talk to your people. And they went there with, how you call it, the canister of what the thing they were releasing the other day. Tear gas, live bullets.
But they went to your party headquarters with a search warrant, and now your party, they went to the small town community behind your party headquarters.
No, they went to the party headquarters.
What is that warrant said to the small town community? And now your party, they go renting, you said they renting your party headquarters.
They entered the party headquarters.
Because they said people talk about it on Kings 88 when the 5 Honorable Solomon Claudia George is our guest this morning on the program. Yes, as we were saying, they said the people ran in your party headquarters, so they pursued them, so that you bring them out.
Yeah,
and then your people start to stone them.
Why you will enter the party headquarters to start for what? Without getting to the leaders of the party. And then the timing was wrong. Early morning, 2, 3 o'clock. That was, my brother, is more than erroneous. It's like using chicken boot for mayonnaise. It was wrong.
Is there a specific time attached to once going to church? I thought anytime.
Oh man. Earliest is 6 o'clock in the morning.
Earliest 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay, they went back 4.
Yes. They went by 2.
Maybe they wanted to.
And guess what happened? Let me tell you, they need to fix things. The police need to fix things. The search warrant, they got it from West Point.
From West Point?
Yes.
It should have come from West Point.
At all. But is the CDC headquarters a jurisdiction of West Point Court? No. And guess what? I would like to put this on the air. I want to appeal to those who did it. The people that were supposed to be fired for what took place at the CDC headquarters were fired. They too believe that they gave the rates to take to the CDC headquarters from West Point Court are the ones that are fired. And the messengers were fired.
So what happened to the clerk?
After the messengers, the 2 beliefs were fired.
What about carry the people?
Yeah, they fired the 2 of them. But the judges who implemented, who gave them the instruction to say, I will do it. So I'm taking this time to appeal to the
justice minister,
the chief justice, or the justice minister, even the president of Liberia, that they should not throw these 2 guys under the bus. They were just messengers. If they had not gone, they would have been fired. Now they go by instruction of the courts. They have been fired. I am appealing for them. They have their families. They have their children. And one of them, what's the name of the guy? Richard, his wife is pregnant. But he went over there with that rate by instruction. He was given an instruction. I am begging this government to throw them under the bus. Let them please reinstate them because they did nothing wrong. They were instructed by the bosses to go and do.
Talk about it on Kings 88.5. Honorable Solomon Claudio George is our guest this morning on to this edition. The relationship between former President Weah and current President Boakai. People say it's not cordial. Do you think?
You are supposed to be telling me, but let's get into the nitty-gritty of that.
You suppose you see this email, I will ask you.
No, not only that. I'm an elder.
Yeah.
I just left governor, for 12 years. I believe that those that are advising the incumbent president again are not advising him wisely. Honorable Boakai was sitting home, never knew he had won an election. George Weah went to him and said, Papa, yeah, you won. I think he's supposed to always be grateful. You see, gratitude is a spirit. And you can't tell me that an old man like me, Honorable Boakai, is not a grateful person. But I strongly believe that, like I was telling you about Hitler, Adolf Hitler, most of the things that Hitler was accused of doing were done by his wise men. I'm telling you. So it's the same thing that went on with George Weah. It's the same thing that is about to take place or is already taking place with our incumbent president, Honorable Joseph Numa Boakai. Yes. How and why should the incumbent work with the most recent? I saw George Weah working with Helen Johnson.
Okay.
There were times they had some petty arguments, but they worked yet and still for the future of this country. What is the future of the young people behind us? We have been misusing the young people behind us. Amanda Awetu, we send them to go fight, and they gain nothing. Honorable Boakai should understand that he is supposed to be working with George Weah. He's supposed to be, in fact, if he does not go to visit George Weah, he can call George Weah because George Weah is like a son to him. Ambassador Weah, little issue I want to discuss with you. Can we meet 9 o'clock at my place? George Weah would never refuse. George Weah is a humble person, I'm telling you. Easy to deal with.
George Weah worked with him when he was president.
Yes.
Did you work with Boakai?
Yes.
Sat down face to face?
They sat in the same assembly. When he was speaker, he was the
president of the Senate.
Yeah, he was the president of the Senate. He was the vice president sitting over there, representing the president in the Senate. And he worked. So I do not see the difficulty in it. I believe some choo-choo is going, some church-pole going to the president and say, oh, Joe, we have to say, oh, and Joe, we have people that say, oh. And then so he too, as an elder, he just flew with them. But Ambassador Boakai must work with Ambassador Weah.
He said what led to denying him access to the VIP lounge and letting him all this.
Then again, that was not Adolf Hitler who did it. It was one of his wise men, or 2 or 3 of his wise men. I can tell you, after these few days, I sat down pondering over the charges on Adolf Hitler, war crime prime minister. Most of the things he was accused of weren't done by him. His men went out there rampaging, other countries, wanting to take over France. You know how you can go take over the CDC headquarters, and you say LDA went there. If LDA went there and they weren't successful, what you do? Call them out, and you don't go there. If we step outside, then we know we are looking for trouble. You understand it? But you went there and started chasing us. We saw them shooting, but we got tips on them.
Shooting. Live bullets?
Live bullets. Yes. We got it. CDC has cataloged their entire action over there. We need peace in our country. We need Liberia to work in peace. This government has to see reason, for it to work in peace. There are few elements that are working for Honorable Boakai that are misleading him. I will keep saying that without mincing of words.
But what is the motive behind them wrongly advising the president? Saying
in
the CDC.
Division, there is profiting, excessive profiting.
Okay.
When we divide and rule, we profit. We divide and rule, we profit. So let's start at the thing. What they think about that one, we'll put another one here, put another one here. What they're looking, then we are grabbing and packing. Come, hurry, get yours and go. And let me say something to you. Some of these very people that are working for the president, the incumbent president, they just think that the paper will die. Oh, I'm telling you. So they say, let's hurry and collect before you die.
So what they're collecting all around the place?
Yes. Hey, if you don't be careful, market says, Solomon George says, Boakai name will be on the next election ballot. If you don't be careful, because Boakai will die here, son. Nobody have been God to kill Boakai. That is all. Boakai can sleep. Boakai was when Boakai started with you want you talking nonsense in your ear. He acted as if he's sleeping. Since he took over, have you seen Boakai slept? After me, Israel, has there any picture come out with Boakai? Why at the UN you bring paper and picture that he was sleeping?
But he wouldn't be one there.
He wouldn't be one there. Okay, where in his office and where in any gathering here you saw him sleeping? Yesterday he was tired listening to hypocrites, underminers, grasshoppers and caterpillars, and he asked himself, Solomon Joe will talk with him. Yeah, so what you say? Okay, look for me next week, Thursday we will talk. As soon as he goes, he left for a hair again and go to the lake, Shalabatu and drink it. I beg you, man. Kapabe is not sleeping anymore. He has come alive. He has been resurrected. You know what it is to hold on to power for our country? To be the chief executive. He will not sleep. The only mistake I believe he's making is not working with officials of the past government. There are some mistakes they made. This RF issue, mistakes. Yeah,
they can be corrected.
Yeah, they can be corrected.
Corruption.
Fact against. I want Boakai to bring the biggest hammer on corruption here. I just told you that NEC must be audited.
But I see put effort into investigation, past and his present. Because the allegation of his own people taking money.
When I was at the house, I raised hell with the NEC. The white guy told me one day, I said, I do know, in the office of Samuel D12, I said, I do know we are, you people are your slaves, and you people are still our slave master. But if you cause any confusion from our people, I will join the Mao society and that your head I will carry for Johnny. I said, I made a statement in the office of D12. And that time, D12 and the incumbent now at the NC, and this guy I'm speaking to from Europe, they were all in a serious cahoots. And they saw me as an antagonist to what they were doing. But I keep saying again, let Liberian people ponder me. Why LNC is not climbing with all the money being spent on the LNC? Why? Why are we still taking electricity from the African coast?
They're talking out to short than in 15 years.
Yeah, you have been foreigners in the system. You have somebody like Gonkanu, from Nimakade, who has been over there, a master technician. You have a lot of other technicians. You have them all around here. You go and bring foreigners just because you want to do unscrupulous things. You want to perform malfeasance. Anyone who brings a foreigner to run the NC here, it's not serious. Any president, it can be George Weah, it can be Solomon George, it can be Boakai, it can be Helen Johnson, you're not serious because they don't mean business for Liberia. We have Liberians here, competent Liberians at the LEC there. Thomas Gonkan, he can be LEC managing director and do very, very well. Better than the person who's sitting there now.
Who's there, you know, sitting there?
What
Sierra Leone?
Monica.
Yes, that's Monica.
I said Thomas Gonkan knows about the LEC in and out, its intricacies and its positivity. Then, in fact, he's lecturing that man right now. So why can't you put him there?
And the way the current business is going out, I just imagine the glasses.
Oh, forget it. They will beat us. Me, I can't generator though.
What happened to your people?
My brother, I want to tell you something.
You concerned about the children's future. What happened to the children?
Well, you see, if I am concerned about the people's leadership for tomorrow, meaning the young people, why are the others not concerned? We should be concerned about our children. We should be very concerned about our children. See, look, I'm telling you, markets are not selling anymore. No, markets are not being sold. You know, where I live, there is a lady who sells money calabar. You know this, whatever. Yes. You see a lot of the big people going to that woman bucket in the morning to buy money calabar and buy donuts for the sour to eat.
You sometimes just stand up as you watch them look.
Yes. Yes. I sit down with my Kobo shop there. I got a Kobo shop there. I sit
got a Kobo shop around there?
Yeah, I got a restaurant there. I sit there and watch. Sometimes the lady at the shop can tell me, say, Papi, please leave the play out. You're not represented to be paying for food. Yeah. Let people buy their own, let pay for their own food.
You buy food for people.
Yes. My brother, it's not easy in this country. It's hell. When I was working with Sheila, we had an Indian movie called Hell on Earth. It's getting hellish. And Liberia, if you do not be careful, is the sweetest country on this earth. Too many things you can do in Liberia and you go scotch-free. Scotch-free you go. Too many things. So Liberia is sweet.
Liberia is sweet. Talk about it on Kings 88.5. Honorable Solomon Claude George is our guest this morning. Don't forget, keep playing your King's cash giveaway. I'll do the last draw. Just that star 79 and star hatch. That star 77 star 79 on star 24 hatch, and then you are part of the draw. Star 79 now, star 24 hash. Of course, you are part.
Let me say something quick before it goes away. Before the president went to the hunger session, the United Nations General Assembly, we learned that they did a letter to Ambassador Weah to join them at seeking, a non-permanent seat, at the Security Council.
Yeah.
I believe that's the beginning of the beginning for this government to begin to sit with Ambassador Weah and discuss Liberia. If when the president comes back and he calls Ambassador Weah and say, my son, can you come to and talk, please? It will be meaningful for our country. Look, I want to tell you something. I'm afraid of bookish people. I'm getting scared of bookish people. I started in the ninth grade. I never went far in school. I'm very afraid of the people with, bachelor degree, master degree, PhD. Hey, those are the biggest cons. Very cunning. We need, I will not talk that. You listen to Waka reading at the United Nations. Was it good or bad?
Yeah. Almost like
no, I'm talking about his diction, and his pronunciation. He was good. I'm telling you, he spoke like a president. We should not discount him. He spoke like a president, although he never had that forceful vocal. God But he spoke.
And he was clearer than any before. You could hear him very clear.
Yes.
Compared to.
So I'm telling you that he is good. So let him allow the good things to come to flow out of him.
But why were they asking the former president? They could lobby themselves. Why asking?
No. You see, it's, how you call it? Attachment.
Attachment.
Yeah. Ambassador Ware is quite known. He has influence. He's influential. So we need him. Liberia needs him. We still need
him. We still need him.
I said we still need George Manning Weah. Liberia still need him. Liberia still need him. We need George Weah. George Weah, he get PhD and this and that and that. This school George Weah went to Brabafo school. So see, okay, I'm going to school. Let me go to school and bring a paper. He brought paper. But guess what happened? George Weah has the mind for the Liberian people. Only one mistake. Some of us that were around him never meant well for him.
Never meant well.
Yes, never meant well for him and the Liberian people. So we failed.
And you are seeing this now. This regime.
I said it yesterday. I said it, Israel, you are a witness. You interviewed me here. I said some big things here. I became an enemy to some of the people whom I never called the names. Some of them I called the names. To the extent as they put them, Mr. President, put them in a Ghana go bag and chunk them out of the system. I prayed the president to kick them out, but I was being asked an answer. George Weah is God sent. But let me tell you something. Israel, do you know that King Saul was God sent? He was God chosen. Okay. You read 1 Samuel chapter 9, it says from his shoulder up, there was no man as goodly as Saul in the whole of Israel. And an entire country, only one man correct. But it was that very man that correct there that disrespected God. And it is written in the Bible, it is better to us obey than to sacrifice. We made some sacrifices yesterday that made us to lose our seats. I am advising this government not to do the same mistake, not to make the same mistake. Listen to the cries of the people on the Buakai. Mr. Vice President, you are down to earth person. I pray that you and your boss listen to the cries of the people, work with them. They have given you the mandate democratically, so democratically work with them because it's from the people, of the people, and what? By the people.
The president said at the UN that they are focused on the issue of rule of law, good governance. Okay, let's talk about it on Kings 88.5. We'll soon open the telephone lines and take a few of your calls. Let's just digest some of the issue. Yes, he said it. I played it this morning. He said his government.
Oh, he's heading for good governance.
His government focused on good governance.
Yeah, then
good governance, the rule of law.
Then it starts. I'm advising that it must begin with working, with the prince of the last government and working with the former head of state of the last government. Then we'll get good governance.
Maybe he wants to do it his own way, his own style.
No, he has to do it his own style. But even with your own style, you can be advised. You can be advised. Oh man, you have a wife at home and you just want to be the man all day, you will fall down.
Maybe he's afraid that aligning with George Weah, seeking his advice, people will say, oh, but he ain't going to go out.
Well, he doesn't align with George Weah. They were friends. They worked together. They did a lot of things together. The incumbent was to work with the most recent past.
You think George Weah has something to offer?
Plenty. George has a lot to offer.
The former president?
Yes, he has a lot to offer.
He has something to offer.
Listen to me. I will not say he made a declaration here. If he had won the election, by now this would have been going on. I don't want to say it. That was a very good blueprint for the country, particularly the young people. CDC was in at this week on Friday.
Okay, yeah, I saw it.
Oh, you saw it.
You were there.
Yeah. Another here, that's something. We went to use the football field that we built. We asked to use the football field.
Mm-hmm.
We were given the football field by those that were in charge. The sitting commissioner of West Point called those that are in charge. Oh, I dare say you're not getting the fee to CDC. They will never enter that football field.
Seriously?
Very criminally. Very, very criminally. He did it. So I will accuse Waka of doing that. That Waka way in America, that he's the one who did it. We will only do it politically, so it is Waka. But it is one of his wise men, because he represents the president down there. He's the grand juror of the president.
So you people should not use the fee?
Yes.
The very fee when you was in power, you put that.
I recommend it.
You recommend it.
I asked the president to build football field where so Tabala can play. And guess what? If some of the people who are living around the football field, if they had listened to my advice when we called that meeting, we would have broken some of their houses, and do the same thing we did at the Invincible Park.
No housing unit?
Yes. Oh, no. Break our house.
They were telling you.
Nobody break our house here. Nobody break our house here. Out of ignorance, he said it. But the football field that we built is just like the airport issue. And the VIP law. Yeah. If I were George Weah, I would never ever use that VIP again.
I don't think you have to use it. I think you will use the terminal.
No, I say again.
You will not touch it.
I will not.
You will not even pass it.
Oh man.
With all those kind of chairs and designs.
I will tell to Palambo. How you call it? I'll say later. I will work with people there. Yeah.
Okay, let's open the telephone lines and take the calls. 0778829611 or 0778910875. 10 seconds to listen to Honorable Solomon Claudia George. Let's hear you on some of the issues Warrior of National Issues spoke about. Good morning.
Good morning, Israel. How we are here?
Good morning. Jenny, where are you calling from?
Let me also say good morning to former Representative Solomon George. My name is Eric Itai, and I'm calling from the township of West Point. And for the record, I must say to the people of Liberia that I need to change to Honorable George, and so my views may be somehow, but let's say the Honorable George, your honesty is brutal. And that is the reason why you continue to galvanize followership across the landscape of this country. There are few things I thought that we could highlight the lobby, and you have done that so very succinctly. One of them is the fact that the insecurity of the country extends so much so that political parties that also contribute to the peace of the country are being targeted. There is a pattern by which the police went to the CDC headquarters, and that cannot be ignored. The police didn't just went to the CDC headquarters. They started before they made an attempt, and they were ousted. It was their second time going there, and it's sinister. The next thing also, Honorable George, is the fact that yes, you are then so open, you are concrete in terms of way forward for governance.
Okay.
But a lot of people do not see their honesty as being honesty in its generality. People always want to politicize the things that you say, and this is a candid advice. That you need to be political. To the last year myself sat on the radio together at Joy FM. You gave your candid opinion about happening in the country. Today, it is turned around all across district number 7 that you are then the one going from one radio station to one radio station, placing Mr. Emmanuel Tan, who is the co-representative of district number 7, who is performing dismally with these kinds of things, even though your heart is clear, Honorable George. But I think there are times that you must stand up to the political occasion and make some strong statements that will be able to galvanize your followers and not be the kind of happy that you continue to get, because we continue to answer these kinds of questions about your rule.
Thank you so much. You addressing something that. That's strong. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Let's take this on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, where you calling from?
Mohammed Ray, I call you from district number 7.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Let God bless Solomon George. Let God give who have a long life for him to continue to play a role. Look, I feel like I want to put Solomon George. In fact, Solomon George is knowledgeable. My respect and love for him just increased. Mind you, I'm on his own record. I'm alive. Even the term of the CDC government, he was one of the person people saying enemy of the CDC. The other person, in fact, he's the most knowledgeable in farm more than everybody in the CDC. Look, the man spoke to the power. The man called on the president to gather people that will spoil his government. Look, Solomon George, he's a leader. That's too big too. Let me tell you now. He just tell you the reality about what's happening in the country. Yes.
Okay.
The man, yeah, like she was the man is so head of like two people. They say you can use the old man to find a new man. Solomon George is one of those people that run me. He's drunk. True, you don't care about privacy or whatever.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 30 seconds. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Shisha, bro. We are here.
Yeah, where you calling from?
Thank you very much, and good morning to Honorable Solomon George.
Go ahead quickly.
Israel, bro, we are here. This is Benson Mohammed, and I call you from the winter.
Go ahead, Mama.
And having sat down quietly and listened to the Honorable, I want to applaud him for his brilliant deliberation.
Okay.
But I want to use this time to to honorably, disagree with him on some of the assertions.
Okay.
For up on the CDC side, we believe our act of losing this election was not, because we did not achieve our goals. But some of us, our analysis have proven to us that the information was not disseminated. It was all because of Honorable Solomon George and some of them who did not help us in disseminating the information in what caused us this, great loss that we are all crying around here today. Look at an example, the free tuition policy at the University of Liberia, the digitalization of the University of Liberia, the multitude of rules that were built in Nimba County, and all of those, historical developments that President we had around here. It was not disseminated to the people. So it was not because other people, did not work for President information was not disseminated. So I want to use this time that to inform the Honorable, let's turn around, all of us should work around and see how best we can disseminate our information.
Okay.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Let's go to line 1. Good morning.
Good morning, bro.
Morning, Jenny. Where are you calling from? Let's hear you, Makote. No?
I want to say, Brother George, thank you this morning for your SOC. And thank you for talking for our children. And I want to thank you again for talking for our institution. And listening to our sister radio this morning talking about we want to force the poverty for the people. So Ali, I want to thank you this morning. But what we are saying, I think Brother George this morning, my 2 children, Oliver can't help me with one. The B1, the Eastern one grade. I think Brother George this morning, anything where you ought to help me with. What we are saying, let me pass it through you. So my son will start school. The mom helping me, she started going to that 29, like the people pure, some sort. The basic place the pure to death. So the 2 children on my head, Oliver can't help me with one. So I asked Brother George, I asked him, in my opinion, what helped me the last time is for many period when you hear my voice, my body people defender. Let it help you with my one song. Okay. They did I hold their phone.
Okay.
Thank you, Solomon George. Let God bless you. 2020 now. We're still waiting for you. We'll carry you with him.
Thank you.
For long life.
Thank you. Let's take another person. Good morning.
Good morning, Israel. Let me say good morning to our former representative, Solomon George. This is Stephen Carr, the teacher in God are keeping Bogart feet to the fire to deliver. Let me appreciate you for coming out because this is why we want, whether you're present or past, you've been speaking of, one person time. always look at issue and you don't approach it, even in your own government. But I would like to agree with him, respectfully disagree with him in certain area. Like when he talk about this joker. If it claims that people are working to 2-3 different places, like one of my friends doing our government term, the government didn't call him. We were taking pay in Montserrat County, taking pay in Nema County. What they get to him to cut it off from Nema County? He is something he told me our people cut me off on Broadway. I said, what? He explained that you were taking pay 2 areas of the Ministry of Health, Nema and Montserrat, the cut from one place. So if Joker claims that people are working to 2 places, that was the reason why they have wished 40 people and putting them down. All he needed to do, take them down from one place and allow them to operate to another place. Why for the change position, honorable? The change position was created with some of you guys for you in the house. They have violated everything. People had a contract agreement. They put people down, some of them contract in, some of them contract was even eligible for renewal. They put them down. Then you also talk about Nikki. Nikki, we said that she may have to point to school, but the way he wished she addressed America from an officer that it was in a demeaning way. You cannot refer to America as imagination. No. What happened to the $22 million that we get wasted? What's the American government that came to waste $22 million? What happened to the law that you created, you are going against it? What's the American government that came to go against our own people and take them for training producers that we created? Then you also talk about the rule. I also disagree. We know what before we have to come to power, the rule have been in the past shit. But for you to say it was a scene yesterday and it is a scene today, no. When we talk about the local road that you talk about, we talking from Bronx County into Salaye, we are extending the Qatar or walk-up ceremony. Commitment was then made that you should have taken that road from Salaye to the Guinea border. When you go to Nema, they will take the road from Ganta to Sakepie. Sakepie to Kaketa was given to the China Railroad number 30 for contractor agreement. It was signed between Sakepie to Topan. It was also signed. But they're coming from Maryland into Fishtown, and then from Fishtown going towards the electoral end. So significant progress for being made by your government, my government. So for you to say about the tea yesterday and the city today, I disagree with that. So we hope that you will continue to do this, and we are here for all of us to push the interest of Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're just out of time, so I'm going to go to Honorable Josh to speak up. So one of the online followers is question. This is a question from Toga Vibo. He said, "How do you feel now about Yeke Koluba going against Braka now, Honorable George?" Toga Vibo is asking, how do you feel now?
Yeke Koluba is my former colleague. Yeke Koluba is a son of mine. But I can tell anybody that it is wrong for anybody to abuse the president of a country. You will say, oh boy, you were causing job. We are so now you will cause, and that's his business. But it was anything that was wrong yesterday is wrong today. In football game, in the first minute, you play handball in the box, it's called penalty. In the last minute, you play handball in the box, it's called penalty. The rules must be the same. Yeke Koluba, for me, I do not enjoy CDC joining Yeke Koluba. I want Yeke to know that what I say. Yeke Koluba is not supposed to be insulting, abusing the father of the nation. He did it yesterday, it was wrong. So today it is right. No, not because. If you say Bwaka was a part of it, and this, yeah, the Bwaka suffer your own thing. But we should not be a part of it. We are not supposed to join Yeke to insult the president of the country. It is wrong. Anywhere you take it, it is wrong. George, we are called Bwaka yesterday and told him, say, hey, you see what people did to me, and you know about it, and you never said anything. Mr. Vice Senator, Mr. Senator, you need to take action against your people. He didn't take action. But we should not join Yeke to cause Waka. I disagree. I was not taught that by my parents. That when the two compound making palava, then instead of my man causing the other man, the big boy cause the other man, will beat the other man, or cause the other man, and will beat the other man. That children to children, and parents to parents. So I do not enjoy and Yeke Koloba misusing words on anybody.
Okay.
You know, that is an elder, and particularly the president of the country.
One of the callers from West Point said you've been praising Emmanuel down in recent time.
Yeah. And he says that what they say that's my special, as they said there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my special aid. Somebody asked me on the air, what can I say about Emmanuel Down's running of the district? I said, I don't have nothing to say because I have nothing to go to him for. I don't go around him. So as far as I'm concerned, he's doing fine. You say you voted for somebody, then now you're crying, I'm going to join you to cry. No, I will not join you to cry. And some of them who making big mouths say they voted because the man won, they joined, say they voted for him, they're lying. But if you agree that you voted for him and today now he's not paying attention to you, is that my business? It's not my business.
It's not your business.
It's not my business.
But they are your people.
Yeah?
They are your people.
Let them look, let them eat, let them taste, let them digest the ice cream they fix at Soviet ice cream. You ever went to Soviet ice cream?
I remember it used to be.
You know,
I was small at that time. It's somewhere. It's not there.
Yeah. You see, Soviet ice cream brought the best of ice cream ever in this country. Parker paint was the best paint ever in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Gondo restaurant had the best meat pie. Dana restaurant had the best hamburger. Some people who live in Moran, this video making not. I talk about elderly people like me. They don't even know where Gondo was, where Dana was, where Carlton Hotel was. You know, strangers are in the country. They need to learn. And I'm saying to us, we must be as much as the world is changing. You know, if you saw the comment by Cristiano Ronaldo, he was asked whether he want to be a coach. He's going to be a coach. He said, no, I don't want to be a coach because the young people know more than the old people. I'm not going to coach any team. I tell you to do this, then you tell me you do it, you saw it on how you call it, social media, this is how to do it. Then time to perform, you don't perform it. Our young people need to learn. And I'm saying to Eric crying, I never appraise nor depraise or did anything with the name of Honorable Dan. I have nothing to do with him. Nothing. And guess what? I will keep speaking like an elder in this country and not like a hypocrite. I am in all the chat rooms here. I see people talking. Those of you people who can be in this chat rooms talking, you're on the air can tell it you're talking like that behind you. There's somebody you have to be talking in the chat room.
Just to come and say you're on the radio.
Yes. You know, can't tell your own. Talk and see if everybody will run behind you. How can you be unreasonable to agree that somebody must abuse the president of your nation? I disagree. That person must be a crazy person. That person must be an insane person. That person must be living in Mars.
So he did, the president did it yesterday, you condemn it. Even if they do it today, it's their business, but you condemn it.
Yes, I condemn it. Yesterday wrong, it's today wrong. The same thing, like I said about being offside, you know, or playing handball in the box, in the football game.
Quickly, we just out of time, we got to go. What's your vision? What plans do you have now relative to the future leaders? What are you planning? What are some of the programs you got in place now?
Well, my programs I have is that I'm working with women that are, you know, women's right. I'm working on women's right issue.
Okay.
In the street children program, the drug addicts.
All right.
Yeah, we're sending some of them to my man's place, General Bondi place, and the other guy from down West Point who has another place in Brosville. Taking me out of the streets. I'm working with my people silently. You know, I'm not somebody when I do good for people, I carry it and go make noise. But like I said, my daughter called me from the States and she said, oh, Dad, man, I get one of picking who say he must pay some school fee. I say I'm not paying no school fee. And now, yeah, the people school fee are paying right now. That those are him. I have 5 presidents in my house, 3 university students, 2 high school students. I got to pay that school fee. I'm not paying it. Then I'm going to pay another person in child school fee. It's not possible.
I mean, you're right. Closing comment, but someone said, Rebecca Kaysen from the US. Honorable, the question was not you joining the game, but how do you feel?
I do not feel good.
You do not feel good.
Yes. What the is doing is wrong. The cannot be going around acting as if crazy and he's not crazy. Somebody will get angry one day and pick up stick and knock and bash his head. It's not everybody power you will cut and go free you. Some people you cut their power, they will not let you go. Seriously, they will mob you one day.
So the reason I'm just oscillating with Prophet Key at the SKD.
You saw what they did to that man at the SKD.
That Prophet Key.
They said, yeah, you were cutting your beer. Yes. It is not good. I dislike it. It is we forget to understand that the president of the country is our first father. If it's a woman, it's our first mother. So why should we entertain people that are abusing the president of the country? It's wrong.
It's wrong. Okay, finally, your parting comment before we...
No. Let me speak on this local road issue. I said the road that's in the southeast that is messed up is how they met it, is how this government met it.
Okay.
In Lofa County, like we said, the road was paid from Bon County to Salaye. I was just in Lofa County the other day. I saw that. This government is supposed to continue. I went and talked with the Minister of Public Works. He said, Honorable George, it is raining right now very heavily. We cannot work. Anything we do right now, it will mess the road up. Anything we do, it will be a loss and waste of money. You see, if you go on the road, you will see we carry rocks and things. And guess what? Ask this man. He rode with me to Zoto until we went to Lofa County. The rocks are there, but guess what? The mud is there to the mud coming from under, not coming and covering rocks. So I'm talking about the roads that weren't touched. I'm not talking about the roads that were touched.
Okay.
Yes, we did well. We took the road all the way to Zoto and after Zoto a little bit. You know.
So you'll be watching Flashy to see what we did do.
Yes. That's why I say I'll give them up to next year, March, before I begin to say, I condemn you for not doing this. I condemn. But right now, I can only advise. I'm an elder. I should not speak, with exuberance, overlay, like a young person who does not understand. I must have the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding.
Okay, your parting comment before we leave you this morning.
Well, my parting comment again, I start with appealing to the government, to the Minister of Justice, to see reason to reinstate those 2 billets that were fired from the West Point Court, who do not know anything about what went on, but they were given instruction to carry that leaflet to the party headquarters. The next one, I pray that this government will see it, reasonable through a security system for us to have peace. If you have a problem with areas that are infested with antagonistic people, you call the leadership of that area, discuss with them, with the police team, the police watch team. Every area has a police watch team. You call your police watch team, call the leadership, and talk with them. It's not everything will carry batons and tear gas, and guns and bullets. Sometimes we need to dialogue, and dialoguing right now is very essential. I'm begging this government to see reason for Liberia to stay with the fragile peace we in and make it better. Nothing else but peace I'm praying for.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Young people, if they don't give them a job again, we will come back and give them jobs. Although it is 6 years, it is long, but when we come back, we will give them jobs. We need peace in this country. If we fight in this country, nobody can try help. Nobody will feel safe. Right now, America taking care of the Middle East. Hezbollah and Israel are going to full-scale war now. So we have to be careful. America has that. By the time they can, the witty that went through here and all the people that died, that for nothing case. We don't want any turmoil in our country. So let our police director keep counseling his men. I saw him the other day, like I said, he did very well talking to them. Look, I don't want you sitting down there and then sitting down for nothing. I want you people go around and inspect and do this and do that and do that. No. I would like to say a big thank you to him for doing that. And we look for continuity and good relationship with the people of Liberia.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, time has cut over us onto this edition of the program. Talk about it on Kings 88.5. Listen, thank you to our callers. Thank you for your comments, suggestions, and recommendations. The way forward on how best we can move our country, Mama Liberia. Well, we've been in conversations with Honorable Solomon Claude George, the former representative of District 7 Maserado County. We've been discussing a wide range of national issues. Until tomorrow, which time we are back with a fresh new presentation of the program. Talk about it. My name is Israel, where we are. Say, have a blessed Monday morning from the nation's capital, Burundi. Don't go away, because a lot of goodies are coming up on Kings 88.5. Bye-bye.